What's going on there, folks? I am Bill Worster, a.k.a. Zazubaar, and this is the Sons of Serizawa Podcast. Oh yeah, getting all sexy tonight. What's going on, guys? Joining me as always, I have Adam Noyce.
Fuck y'all.
Joining me also, I got Dylan McCandless.
Hello.
And also joining me from the wet coast of California. I have...
That was the worst freaking pun. What the hell was that?
I have Andres Perez, a.k.a.
Bill, was that intentional, or did you literally just accidentally leave out the S?
What S?
Wet coast.
Oh wait, this is like.
No.
He didn't know there was an S in Tuku.
No, I intentionally said wet, but I was like, wet coast of what? Oh, California. Andres Perez!
I'm here, mostly.
Oh yeah, Andres is sick, everybody. So everybody tell Andres to feel better.
Yeah, stupid flu.
Wait a minute.
Wrecking my throat and stuff.
Where the hell's David?
Oh! Good call. Okay, so Dave is not here at the moment, but he will be here at some point. He told me that he was going to try and make it before midnight, because Dave texted me Thursday or Friday asking me if we could do the show at 9:30 his time, which doesn't seem that late, unless you live on the East Coast, which is 12:30. And we usually are recording at that time, but we're usually well in by that point. I don't want to start around then, because then we're going to be going into like 4 o'clock in the morning, so unfortunately Dave isn't here, but he will be here later on this evening.
I mean, honestly,
and he doesn't have to be...
honestly, we kind of all saw this coming. I mean, so far in 2013, he hadn't been late yet, so we had to break the streak at some point.
2014, you mean?
14,
he was
yes.
all the 2013.
Yeah. New Year's stuff with me.
So yeah, Dave's not here at the moment. He'll be here later. But we don't need him right now necessarily, because he can do his bit of this later on. He'll go last, I'm assuming. But, guys, we have a fucking plan tonight.
We do?
We've got a blueprint for what we're gonna do tonight on the podcast. We don't usually do this. We usually like to go free form, talk about whatever's on our mind. But excuse me. Last week I was inspired by something Dave did in episode 9, in which he did two lies. He did 2 truths, 1 lie, right? It was two pieces of truth, and then we had to pick out the lie. Was the premise, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. I was inspired by this. Yes.
But in reality, it was 2 truths and 1 story that he got from another guy.
That's
Indeed.
Adam's having a really hard time pronouncing his D's tonight.
I think we broke him.
I think we did too.
I think we broke
we
Adam.
tortured him not being able to go to sleep.
I will break you.
Let's not start quoting Rocky IV.
Seriously, I am so pissed off at you guys right now, it's actually not even funny.
Adam is mad. We won't discuss why, because we're in a good mood tonight, because
Adam
tonight...
mad!
Adam mad!
Adam
He is not a merry man.
Adam
I
smash.
am not a merry man.
Especially at this moment.
I freaking love that episode. Everything with Worf in that episode makes me laugh my ass off.
It's kind of like Insurrection. The only thing I like about Insurrection is the Worf stuff.
I know. It's a gort. And I love it when Data goes up to Worf and goes, Have you noticed that your breasts have started to poof up?
I love when he destroys that drone. He's like, I'm starting to feel those aggressive tendencies, sir.
What, is this a movie or an episode?
It's the movie Star Trek Insurrection. I don't mind it as much as a lot of people, but
it might as well be an episode because it feels more like a two-parter. It feels more like a two-parter of the show than it does a movie, and that's really everybody's big complaint with it.
That it really is, yeah. Oh my god, the freaking Worf in that movie is hilarious. I'm feeling the craving for the blood of a wife or the beast.
It's kind of like the Data stuff in Generations. It's just like this makes the movie.
I love it when you start searching for life forms. And then I love it when all the shit goes down. They blow up the Klingon ship, so that you just see everyone's dead serious, like breathing heavily. Then you see Data. He goes, yes.
I know, it's great.
It's fantastic.
I haven't seen these things. Anyway, so yes, we have a plan tonight. So boys, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a friendship exercise tonight on the Sons of Serizawa Podcast. Very fitting, because this podcast was inspired by our friendship and the conversations we would have when we're not doing reviews or doing chats or whatever, just by free-form conversation. So, to test the friendship that started this podcast, we're going to have a little bit of an examination, if you will, a little bit of an experiment in the friendship of the Sons of Serizawa.
I'm not friends with you guys. I hate every single one of you.
Yes, but your hatred is so passionate that we've taken on a Joker Batman-esque relationship in which one of us cannot exist without the other. And Godzilla agrees with me. David says, oh, David's not going to make it tonight. Fuck.
Well, screw him. Let's do this anyways. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do it anyway, because, I mean, he's done this already, so this is actually not the worst thing in the world.
And that would provide more material for Shoewatch.
Indeed.
Shoewatch!
Anyway, so what we're going to do tonight is we are going to do, all four of us here on the podcast, we are going to do a round of 2 lies and 1 truth. I'm sure everybody has played this at some elementary school party or at school or in the lunchroom or wherever. Everybody at one point has played this game. And I know this because we've played it on the show before. So I know you all know the rules. Basically, for those of you who don't, though, each of us are going to tell 3 stories, 2 of which are not true, and 1 of which is true. And the goal of the other 3 guys listening to the stories is to pick out the one that is true.
Oh, okay, so it's 2 lies, and one of them may or may not be true.
Well, no, one of them has to be true.
Oh, okay, so wait, I think I get it. Then 2 of them are lies, and then 1 may or may not be true from the 3rd one.
What?
No, wait, no, hold on. Okay, so there needs to be at least 1 lie.
Oh, there needs to be two lies. 2 lies.
2 lies.
One truth.
2 lies and an iffy truth.
No, the true one has to be something that actually happened.
Okay,
to
so
you.
there needs to be 2 true ones and then the 1 lie.
No. Two of them have to be fake, or 2 of them have to be BS.
Oh,
and then the goal of us is to pick out the one of the 3 of them that is true.
Which may or may not be true.
I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it. I mean, if you guys want to tell 3 lies.
Man, you guys said you need to watch Monty Python the Holy Grail, because that's what I was making fun of right there.
Oh, okay. Alright. That's one of those movies that, like, has been so quoted I don't feel the need to watch it. Where it's like,
you need to watch it, Bill.
I may do it just for posterity.
Quoting
friend of mine
does not do it justice.
I will check it out at some point. It's on my bucket list for things I need to do.
Well, Bill, you don't need to wait until you're old and in a hospital with Morgan Freeman to watch it, though. You need.
No. I'm gonna wait that long. I'm gonna watch it on my cerebral implant television.
Because when you're old, Morgan Freeman's still gonna be around.
And knowing Bill's sense of humor, when the killer rabbit shows up, he's actually going to have a heart attack from laughing so hard.
Probably. I've almost had that on this show before.
I almost had that with the Sun Bear episode.
Oh my god. No, the fucking Gothopotamus thing killed me.
Oh, that too. Like, I was legitly hurting during those 2 ones because I was laughing so hard.
Oh god, definitely.
Because I kept looking at the picture.
That's the thing, because the context was funny too, but it was the image itself that I could not stop laughing at because of how fucked up it was.
Be glad it's on a leash.
It was almost
okay.
like the first time you see that moment in The Shining where the dog is giving the man the blowjob. It's like,
It's like, oh my god, what is that?
Just be glad you don't see his old man hairy dick.
but you know it's just off frame.
I'm pretty sure there's fan fiction out there for the bear and the old guy.
Somebody took it to Adobe After Effects, made the guy's leg transparent, and showed you what that cock looks like.
Here's the thing.
You know it's out there.
Here's the thing, Adam. It's actually worse that we don't see it because it follows the Jaws rule, and what our imaginations come up with is way more terrifying.
Yeah.
I want to know the backstory of the dude in the suit. Like, I know it's just a vision, but in that vision, I want to know what that dude's backstory is, getting them to that place. Why he's dressed up in that costume and why he's blowing that old dude.
This should be a future SOS episode.
I'm sure there's.
This should be.
I'm sure there's.
So.
I'm sure there's.
Speaking of which, you guys need to give me your freaking Shinpei's Toy Shop shit.
Yes. This is a thing that needs to happen. Where is it, guys?
Where is it?
Where is it?
I don't know where the other drugs are going.
I'm too sick. I'm too sick to respond.
You guys need to get that shit done.
Seriously,
I got
that
mine
stuff done. Oh my god, it's going to be hilarious.
It is going to be
and
awesome.
Dylan, I really want to hear yours because you're such a sarcastic douchebag that it was funny.
Dylan McCandless, sarcastic douchebag. You can hire him. Call this number.
That's high praise.
You know he likes that. The fact that you just said that to him, he gets off on that shit. Andres,
he's so hard right now. Dylan is so hard right now. The fact that I just called him a sarcastic douchebag.
In a couple minutes, you're gonna hear his table fall because the boner fell.
Oh my.
Oh. Anyway, so let's fucking finish, shall we? So we're gonna do two lies, one truth. I was going to create a predetermined order. So what I think I'm gonna do instead.
Bill, the audience can't hear you anyway. You might want to wait a second.
Every time somebody does a thing, that
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Apes are talking and the humans are in cages.
As much as I love Chuck Heston, I love that meme.
All right.
A madhouse.
This is what I'm gonna do. Nova. What I'm gonna do.
Andres, maybe it's just the flu, but your Chuck Heston impression is really improved.
Yeah, it's
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
Take your stinky paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
You could totally sing like Louis Armstrong right now.
Zazubaar.
Well, here's my imitation.
Quick, do Jimmy Durante. No, I'm sorry. Go on.
Here's my imitation of Andres doing Louis Armstrong. I see guys of blue.
Andres, you need to stop smoking, buddy.
I smoke 3 packs a day. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't even,
Bill.
Andres, don't even get me started. I smoke a whole pack, a whole freaking truckload of cigarettes, okay? You ain't got no shit.
Silly?
Okay, so now
it's part of my New Year's resolution.
No.
This is the part where we find out that Andres is the uncle from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching,
Wazowski. Always watching.
You need to turn in your paperwork. Wazowski.
Okay, so I'm gonna write your guys' names down on a slip of paper, and we're gonna find out what order we're gonna do this in because I didn't write it out earlier. So I'm gonna throw your names in a hat, literally. Go all old school here.
Is it the hat you normally wear on your head backwards?
Here's what you're gonna do, Bill. You're gonna put me last because I'm unprepared.
I fucking asked you 3 times if you were ready, and you said yes.
I did not. I said nothing. They said yes.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, so fucking Adam or Andres, which one of you wants to go first? Oh, god damn it.
Dylan once again has proven to be the most unreliable douchebag on the face of the planet, and
No, that's Dave. That's Dave. This guy is... See, that's the problem. Dylan is sometimes reliable, but sometimes not. So there's actually a reason for me to get angry.
Dylan, once again, you have failed me for the last time.
There are days, like today, when I am the human equivalent of a Snorlax.
So you don't exist.
Basically.
So I will never say that David is the most unreliable person on the face of the planet because he gave me the DVD for The Return of Godzilla. Okay, and he said he was going to do it, and look, he did it. So I will never say he's the most unreliable person ever. Dylan, on the other hand, has not done a single fucking thing for me.
I drew things.
He's done a lot for me, so I can never say he's unreliable.
Thing for me.
Fine, Adam. I will put the O-Beast on the top of my my priority list.
Just trace the Gothopotamus and make it slightly more masculine looking.
I was gonna use Hedera as a base, but instead of making it all slimy looking, just like make it all like fucking chunky.
Okay. Alright, so tell you what. I'm gonna pick the order at random. Andres, you're gonna go first, and here's my logic.
Uh-huh.
You were the first icon I saw when I looked over at the screen. So, Andres, do you have your 2 lies and 1 truth ready to go?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So, Andres, here's what you're gonna do.
Okay.
You're gonna give us like a 1 to 2 sentence summary, like almost a title, so to speak, kind of like what I did for the Bigfoot sightings thing.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna do that 3 times,
Okay.
and you're gonna give a little bit of a lull in between each one, and then go into the stories. Okay?
Okay.
Just give us your 3 basic headings first. Okay?
Okay.
Very little bit. Very little. I want this to be sexy. Okay?
And I want you to do this in the voice of Gilbert Gottfried.
For the love of God.
Gottfried.
Oh,
No, for the love of God, don't do that.
Oh my God, no, please.
Let me tell you about a time when I was in high school.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bill. When you said you wanted,
we gotta find that lamp, Jafar.
when you said you wanted it to be sexy, all I could think about was Gilbert Gottfried reads 50 Shades of Grey.
Hang on, Dylan. Your idea of
No.
See,
have you ever seen Gilbert Gottfried reads 50 Shades of Grey? Yes.
Oh my God.
I can honestly say
I know, I love it.
I
My favorite one is either Nicolas Cage reading 50 Shades of Grey or Tim Curry. Those 2 made me laugh hysterically.
I didn't know that Tim Curry had read 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my God.
He should have read it in the character of Frankfurter.
Oh.
Okay, so Andres.
Here it comes. He's gonna explode.
Andres, fucking go for it.
Okay,
dude.
so
Adam, Dylan, pay close attention to Andres' 3 headings, and then he's going to go into his stories. Andres?
You wanted to do the 3 headings, then the 3 stories?
Indeed. Andres, rock us with the shit.
Okay, so...
The fuck?
Worst band experience.
Oh, God.
Wait, did you say band experience?
Worst band experience.
Yes.
So you mean like a live show?
Kind of.
Okay. What's the second one?
Oh, okay, I thought it was going to be like I thought he was going to do this one time at band camp story.
Oh, God, yes.
He just started touching me.
Oh, my God.
I kept telling him to stop, but he didn't stop.
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh, for the love of God, nobody tell us any molestation story. And then my Uncle Jimmy, he slowly removed my diaper.
Just for that, Bill, I now have one of my lies.
And then he screamed.
Tell us.
And then he screamed, "Dude, you're as tight as a nun." I started crying. And he didn't stop pounding me over and over and over again.
Oh my God. All right, Adam, enough with your truth. You're going to tell us that later. Andres, what's your second heading?
Wait, Adam, the person in this story, was it a moose?
One of the moose.
Well, no, you guys are going to love my 3 stories. So.
Oh, I'm so excited. But here's also why I picked Andres first. I don't know him as well as you guys. So I really want to test my knowledge.
Andres and I are clearly buddies.
Okay, so the second heading would be...
No, never mind. Andre's second one.
Confrontation at the AMC.
You fought Walter White?
No, it turned out to be a huge bloodbath of apes and humans.
And
AMC movie theater, right?
Right.
Okay. I have those over here as well. Confrontation as in fight or verbal?
Verbal.
Okay. Third.
Let's see.
This one's probably the lie now, because he's taking you forever to say.
Let's see. Idiotic guest at the pool.
Idiotic guest at the pool.
Oh, I have a lot of stories like that.
Okay, Andres. Now tell us a true story.
Tell us a true story, my God.
I'm eating cup of noodles, goddammit.
Tell me a true story. I would take the rapist for 500.
Andres, tell us about the Finnish might here.
See, that didn't sound so much like Connery as much as Jimmy Stewart. Like, all right, you see Andres. Now, tell me the three stories so I can...
might here.
Just fucking tell us the three stories, goddammit.
He gets them telling that story, and we're just like, I don't want to live.
I don't want to live.
Okay, so the first...
Thanks, Clarence. No, okay, go ahead.
The first story takes place in high school. I think it was like junior or sophomore year. I used to be part of the high school band, and very rarely, we would always play at the football games, and very rarely we would go to away games, to another high school, another football game.
Okay.
And
2 gallons of phlegm later.
And there was this one time where we went to, it was an away game, and we traveled, we shared a bus with both the football team and the cheerleaders, and it was like almost like a half-hour drive, because I don't know why we were part of this school, we were part of this game that took place so far away, and so we were there, and we would normally play with the marching band. We would play between plays, but whenever we would play, the referee would penalize the football team because we were playing too long.
What?
Yeah, like apparently whenever we would play, like, oh, you played 1 second into 2 seconds, a couple seconds into the game, the team is penalized, and we were like, what's going on? And eventually it happened like 2 or 3 times, and eventually it got to the point where even the football team was criticizing us. They were upset at us and not the referee.
I don't fucking blame them.
Is that even a rule? Like, I would believe it, because it's a very...
I'm assuming this referee was from their district, right?
I mean, I would believe it,
because
because it's a very complicated sport, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a rule about this.
A lot of ass touching, groping.
It was like the only time that we ever played at a game where they penalized the team for the band, and eventually it got to the point where our band director got fed up, and we decided to just pack up. Unfortunately, we couldn't leave because we shared a bus with the rest of the team, and so we just pretty much we just spent like an hour, almost like I think an hour and a half, just waiting outside the bus, waiting for the game to be over. And after the game was eventually over, we eventually rode home, and we thought, okay, the worst has to be over. And then, I think it was like we had like 2 cheerleaders. They needed to go to the restroom, and and I think we had to make a stop, and it was like in the middle of the night, and so it took like forever for us to eventually get home. And it was after that point where my band director said, like, at that point we're never going to go to play at an away game ever again. It was just like whenever only football games that took place at our high school.
Yeah, because I don't blame him. That's fucking horse shit. clearly there is some fucking corruption going on there. Like, that is absolute bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, frickin' the shit that's going on in Washington, that's child's play compared to this. I mean...
Oh, absolutely. This is hardcore.
Oh my god, there needs to be a federal investigation here.
Absolutely.
I mean, my God, why don't we just have the players, wear bras and give compliments to the other team? I mean,
give compliments to the other team, and I mean, Jesus, and replace the ball with a balloon. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine.
And while they're at it, why don't they all just drink each other's cum?
Whoa, what?
South Park reference, Bill.
I'm not surprised.
Butters do.
Andres, I have a couple questions for you.
Uh-huh.
What instrument did you play?
The alto saxophone.
Okay.
That's awesome.
What time of day was this? Was this in the afternoon, at night?
No, this was definitely at night. Probably around like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
That's not night, that's morning.
Why didn't the band director confront the referee?
I don't know. She was just too upset to even talk about it. I mean, it was a football game. It was the referee, and I don't know. Our football team's coach didn't say anything about it. No one defended us or anything because the band gets
Why not though? That's fucking horseshit. He's fucking losing time now, and
because the band gets so little respect at our school.
Which is so funny because our band up at our school gets so much respect.
Ours too.
Not for us. I have a feeling that they're trying. They throughout my 4 years in high school, they were trying to slowly get rid of trying to like push out the band. Even at like football games, I bet you they would prefer to play music from the football stand or whatever, rather than.
And then they'll fucking give a penalty to the DJ.
I mean,
you played it 1 second too long there.
And
you spun the record for just 1 turn too long. Fucking penalty. Do you guys have any questions for Andres?
Yes, I do. Andres,
right. Yeah.
You must answer me these questions 3. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay. What is your quest?
To tell these 3 stories.
What is the air wing velocity of a swallow?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference.
Of course. Dylan, any questions for Mr. Perez?
No.
All right, Andres.
The questions that I had, Bill asked.
Okay. Andre's second story.
Okay, so the second story, I think it was like a couple years ago where my friend and I, we went to the theaters. I forgot what movie we were seeing. I don't know. It could have been it could have been The Amazing Spider-Man, and
it's automatically a lie because no one would go see The Amazing Spider-Man. No,
I like the Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes, the
porno spoof.
I would legitly watch that.
I would watch The Amazing Spider-Man.
I would watch the Japanese version of The Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It would be animated.
Oh, I'd pay to see that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're seeing Amazing Spider-Man, you're at the theater.
Okay, and like normal, like whenever there's no one sitting in the row below me, I'm hearing an echo.
Andres, continue with your second story.
Okay, so I was watching Amazing Spider-Man, and whenever there would be there's no one sitting in the row below me, I would just put my feet up on the seat in front of me. And then there came this couple, and the husband, he immediately noticed that my feet were on that seat, and he's like, "Rah rah, get your feet off the get your feet off the seat." Rah rah rah. And I was like, "Okay, geez."
Did he say that?
No, but he might as well. And I was like, "Oh, okay, no need to get all confrontational or nothing. No need to get that aggressive." And then he ended up not sitting at the seat where my feet were on. So really? And so halfway into the movie, I was like, you know what? F this guy. I ended up putting my feet on the seat again, and he just so happened to he was sitting in the seat next to the seat that my feet were on, and then 10 minutes passed, and he noticed my feet was on the seat next to him, and then he got up, turned towards me and my friend, and he says, "You better get your feet off that seat, or I'm gonna pull your legs." And
What?
yeah, he's
gonna pull your legs?
Yeah,
that sounds like Butters trying to threaten somebody. You better get your feet off the seat, or I'm gonna pull your legs.
It precursor to rape.
It sounds like he's trying to rip your legs off.
Yeah, he was acting incredibly violent, and I noticed that he was holding a canister, and I could smell like the alcohol from his breath. I was like, oh god.
Did the canister contain the Andres? Did the canister contain the secret of the ooze?
I thought the same thing. TGRI. Was the guy played by David Warner?
Why won't my house work?
So I was just trying to tell him, like, hey man, okay, there's no need to get this angry. Okay, I won't put my feet up there anymore. And then it was at that point where I got up and I ended up going to the front. I don't know what you would call it for a theater, but like the equivalent to like the front desk. And I complained about this person, about this individual. I told him, this man, he threatened me. He snuck in alcohol, and I demand to have either be paid because I paid for this movie theater experience, and I did not get this experience. I demand to have some sort of payback.
Right.
And so they eventually kicked that guy out, and I ended up getting 2 free tickets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was this? And it was at this point that Andres found out that this guy was me.
It was Drunk Bill on one of his escapades.
It was one of the many adventures of Drunk Bill. We seem to have lost Adam, which is a problem. Fuck. All right. Well, Andres, when he comes back, you're just gonna have to refresh him on the second story.
Okay.
I have questions.
All right.
One. How old was the gentleman who you had the altercation with?
I think he looked middle-aged, like maybe in his 40s or 50s.
Caucasian?
Oh, yeah.
Did he have a beard?
No.
Okay. What about a mustache?
No, but he had glasses.
What kind of glasses? Sunglasses or regular spectacles?
Spectacles.
Okay. I love that word. Okay. So, what else? Dylan, you got any questions for Mr. Perez?
No.
How far into the movie did they come into the theater?
It was during the previews.
And how far into the movie did he threaten to, quote, pull your legs?
Around like around the middle of the movie.
I see. Okay, I think I found out all I need to find out. When Adam gets back, he can ask his questions and get refreshed on the story.
All right.
So, Andres, why don't you take us into number 3?
Okay, so this was last year when I was working at the YMCA pool, and there's this father and his 3 extremely annoying children, and they come in every Saturday morning, and the thing is, we had this thing at the pool where if the kids wanted to swim in the deep end, we would have to give them a swim test where they would have to swim like a lap and then tread water for a minute, just so we can know that they're capable of being able to be in the deep end. And so the father, one of his sons wanted to be in the deep end, so we gave him a swim test, and the kid couldn't pass it. And then the father got upset at me for not letting his son go in the deep end. And he got to the point where he was like, I want to talk to your manager about this. And I was like, okay, she's right there. She's in the office. Go ahead. She's just gonna tell you the same thing. So pretty much I called out on his bluff, and he never even did that. He just kept giving me a dirty look after he and his children left.
Define dirty.
How dare you think of my child's safety? Oh, I'm so angry at you.
Yeah, pretty much like that.
Define dirty.
Well,
like sexy. No.
Was he giving you the quote evil eye?
Pretty much, yeah.
Or was he giving you hungry eyes?
No, like the evil eye.
No, Andres, how old were the children?
They're probably like around 10 years old.
How old was the father?
He looked like he was in his late 40s, I think.
So around the same age as the guy in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Are your YMCAs still called YMCA?
Yeah.
It's fun to be at the YMCA.
See, we had a YMCA, but they literally changed the name of it to the Y.
Oh yeah, that's what.
Just to be pretentious.
Well, that's the logo. It's called the Y.
I'm like that completely ruins the song. It's fun to stay at the Y.
And that's good enough. I've never seen a real YMCA.
Really?
'Cause
no.
They're like how do I describe this? They're like
rec centers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're scattered all across the place where I go. You know, I can't go maybe 20 miles without seeing another YMCA.
Really?
There aren't a lot of like indoor pools in Nassau County. There's one.
Well, everybody goes to the beach, don't they?
Well, I mean, not year round though.
Well, ours is an outdoor pool. But
we don't even have a lot of those. There's one in what is it, Mineola? No, Hicksville, which you guys have no idea what that is, but there's a town called Hicksville. There's one there.
There's an actual town called Hicksville.
Is it just as great as I imagine?
No, my cousins live there. It's basically Carl Place, but bigger and a lot more ghetto.
It's bigger, and it's called Hicksville? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big town. It's like... You'll see when you come out here in July, everything on Long Island looks the fucking same. There's no color on Long Island in terms of
everything looks
variation.
Everything looks like Jaws.
Yeah, pretty much. No, not at all. Are you kidding me? No, a lot more urban than that. Because the area in which I live in is it's very Queens-ish. Like Jaws. I mean, I could take you to. I mean, Jones Beach is where Jaws would be set. Jones Beach looks just like right out of Jaws. Yeah, where I live, it doesn't look anything like Jaws. Anyway, because there really aren't many beach houses on Western Long Island. They're all on Eastern Long Island.
But Andres, you're saying you have a ton of YMCA's?
Yeah.
See, I can't fathom. We have one, and you would have to travel many moons to find another one.
Many moons, Kimasabi. Andres, when you gave them, so they failed the test.
Yeah, the son couldn't even pass the first part where you had to swim from one end of the pool to the other. So, what was the father's argument for not letting them go in the deep end? Oh, I want my children to die. Why won't you let me kill my children? God damn it! Well, he thought that his son was perfectly capable of being in the deep end, and I kept saying, "Sir, this is for his safety as well as our own." You're just caring about your own goddamn backs. You ain't got no heart, eh? Because in my mind, he's Canadian.
Basically, it's like, sir, we have this rule so that we don't have to go diving after your dumbass kid.
It's called safety. Fucking get a clue.
It's called, we don't want to do that shit.
How long did this confrontation last?
Probably in under 3 minutes. I mean, he kept shouting at me, and I just said, sir, it's for his safety, and it's part of the rules. He took the test, he failed it, end of story. And just when he threatened to talk to my boss, I was like, sure, go ahead, feel free, be my guest.
He should consider himself lucky that the safety rules aren't even worse. Because I mean, you could just be all like, everybody's wearing floaties.
Everybody, hold hands. It's like that scene from Caddyshack with the fucking water ballet.
There will be no fun of any kind.
Okay, Adam is back.
Did he ever actually drop? Did he ever actually go off of Skype? Because when he first dropped from the call, I checked and he was still technically online.
No, he went offline a couple of minutes afterwards. So Dylan, do you have any more questions for Andres?
What color is the sky?
The sky has no color, for it is a reflection of light and the water.
Okay, what color is the reflection, smartass?
He's not going to answer you out of spite. Okay, so Dylan, I mean, I guess we should wait for Adam to come back into the call to guess, but I don't know. He's saying that there's a problem with his computer, so all right, fuck it. We're gonna give our answers. We're gonna guess which of these is true.
And if he were to come back on, would he get the chance to guess?
Yeah. You'll just have to summarize the last two for me.
Speaking of which, Andres, can you just really briefly restate, like, the general, just like in the form of a tweet, just restate the general thesis of the three stories?
Okay. At an away game, referee penalized the band, and we never went to another away game again. Second story, man got upset for me putting my feet on a seat that wasn't even his, and I complained about it. And the last story is a father got upset that I didn't let his son go in the deep end, and I called him on his bluff.
See, I notice a common theme with all of these stories. All of these stories are Andres dealing with California jackasses.
Yeah, I agree. So, Dylan, what do we go on here for which one is the real one? Because remember, two of these fake, one of them are true.
I think the third one is the most. I mean, the second one I think is the most bizarre.
I think it's the most I think it's the most obvious, but also the most random. Like, oh, guy bitching in a movie theater, totally.
Yeah.
And I also feel like when I asked him the questions, he was kind of reaching for, oh yeah, Amazing Spider-Man, oh yeah, middle of the movie.
Yeah. Andres, another question. This man in this movie theater, had he been to space?
Have you been to Spider-Man? I've been to Spider-Man. I'm going to say that one's fake.
Yeah.
Also adding in the alcohol. The alcohol feels like a writer's detail. Like, as a writer, Andres threw that in there.
Yeah. I mean, the first one is strange, but this one, it just, to me, it raises too many questions.
I think that one's second one's fake. I'm going to say that concretely.
I would agree, and I'm not going to backpedal like I did on Gorzards.
Yeah, second one's fake. Andres, don't answer yet, by the way. Second one's fake. The third one, I'm actually really confident that the first one is true. Because it's weird, but it's logical. It makes sense to me. And there were details in there that are like a writer wouldn't throw in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the third one seems like something that would happen in everyday life, and it didn't feel like he was making up details to like juice up the story in any way. It was very basic. Guy complains, guy gets over it.
Which is why I'm going to say that one's fake, because it seems like he came up with it at the last minute.
No, but...
Like, oh, what's something that could happen, but I'm just going to make up some details.
So now you're saying that number 3 is fake?
Yeah, I was saying number 3 is fake. I think number 1's... I'm actually going to say number 1's true.
I know, but what about number 2? We were saying number 2 was fake a minute ago.
Number 2's fake, 3's fake, and 1's real.
Wait, is this 2 lies and 1 truth? I thought we were doing 2 truths and 1 lie.
No! 2 lies, 1 truth.
Oh. In that case, I'm going to agree.
So do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Andres, Adam hasn't responded to me. If he comes back in, he won't have heard it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm saying number 1 is real. Dylan, you agree?
Sure.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to agree with me, that's fine.
No, are you sure we're doing 2 lies?
This is what I've been pitching for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that's the way Gorzar did it last week, and you said we were doing the opposite of that.
No, he did 2 truths, 1 lie.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, he did 1 lie, 1 truth, and 1 thing that happened to another guy.
That's true.
No, okay, 2 lies, 1 truth. Andres, that's how you did it, right?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to say the first one's true.
Is that...
Dylan, how about you?
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You do not get to steal the title of Hispanic Regis, but yes. Yes.
You guys are correct. The first one was true.
Fuck yes! Okay, Dylan, we both get a point.
the second story sort of happened, but I exaggerated it. And
I figured that, yeah.
And the third story happened to another employee at the YMCA.
So you did one truth, one exaggeration, and one thing that happened to another guy.
Yeah.
You crafty fucker. Okay, so Dylan, you and I both have a point. Well done, dude. Well done. Cool. Andres, well done. Dylan, why don't you go next, dude? Or you're not ready, actually, are you?
No.
Okay, well, get ready quick, because if Adam doesn't come back, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm going to have to tell one true story and then make some shit up.
Just to make up a fucking bullshit story and try to make it sound real. Okay. It's not that hard.
So when I was in Nam...
2 lies, 1 truth. 1 thing has to have happened, 2 things didn't. Got it?
Okay.
Alright, you have time, because I talk out of my ass, so I'm going to give you some time. Okay. So you guys ready for my 2 lies, 1 truth?
Absolutely.
I wrote this down in the journal, so this is very professional. Okay.
Hold on. Bill gets professional here?
In preparation, yes. In execution, not so much.
You wrote it down in a journal, which is a manlier word for a diary.
It's true. Okay. Story number 1. In elementary school, I tried to convince my friends that I had an alternate personality called Evil Johnny, who was crazy and a darker version of myself.
Why Johnny?
I don't know. That's number 1.
Because the obvious idea would have been to call him Evil Bill.
No. Johnny just stuck out to me. Okay.
See, if I had done this, I would have just named him the same as me, but had him be evil and gave him a goatee. But anyway, go ahead.
Number 2. When I was in 8th grade, I actually tried to become a superhero and even made a costume called Muscle Man, wearing a tank top, one of those... You guys know those sleep masks? Like those things people put over their eyes to help them sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
A face mask. Wearing one of those over my eyes.
Did you cut holes in them?
No. Riding on my bike. I stopped when my friend's mom heard me talk about this and said she'd call the cops if I tried to do it. That's number 2. Number 3. In 6th grade, I threw an ink pen at my friend after he said Lego Star Wars was stupid. And after school, my friend's dad cornered me when I was walking to another friend's house and threatened my life. So I started crying and went back home and watched Godzilla Final Wars until I stopped and my parents got home. Those are my 3.
He is the most interesting man in the world. Okay,
Okay, I'm going to tell you the 3 stories now in a little more detail. Alright, number 1, the Evil Johnny one.
Wait, those were just the titles? Because those pretty much kind of summed it up. Okay, go on.
There's some... You know what? Fuck it. No, there really isn't that many more details. I mean, the first one, I was in elementary school. I was a big Hulk fan. And I was obsessed with the idea of transforming into somebody else and the implications of that. So one day, just to fuck with my friends, I decided to pretend that every now and then I would transform into an alternate personality called Evil Johnny, who was this crazy version of me, a very Jekyll and Hyde-like relationship. And I would just go around, and I remember the thing I would say the most, "Sorry, Bill isn't here right now," and I would just run away, and they would chase me.
Did you wait for that line to come up naturally in a sentence, or did you just, run up and say that?
No. This was, they'd be hanging out with me. I'd just be like, "Sorry, Bill isn't here right now," ha ha ha, and run away. And I would just act crazy, and I think my inspiration, I think this was 2nd grade, my inspiration was Carnage from the Spider-Man animated series, in terms of the laugh.
Nice.
But otherwise, it was a very Jekyll and Hyde-like relationship. And it would just happen randomly, and I would fuck up my friends. I never, ever told them that it was fake, because I stopped hanging out with them after this, and I wonder why. So I literally ran the gamut with this. And at other points, I would pretend that I was trying to cure it, trying to get rid of the personality. So I remember this one time we're in my backyard, right? And we've got like this plastic toy, and we filled it up with, what was it, like, it's one of those Rescue Heroes rescue stations, right? And I filled it up with water, and I dumped it all over myself, and that cured me. I was good. I was totally cured. Evil Johnny was gone.
Are these friends that you pulled this prank on, are these the same ones from your infamous Kill Bill story?
Yes, actually. So that's the first story about Evil Johnny. Any questions?
Will Evil Johnny be making a comeback in the William Stone universe?
No plans as of right now. Andres, do you have any inquiries?
Will he eventually be in a crossover movie where he fights Ghost Skater?
I wish. All right, number 2. So again, that was when I tried to become a superhero called Muscle Man. I remember being obsessed with the Lou Ferrigno Hulk show, and I just became fascinated with the idea of helping people, and just the mantra of being a superhero. So I took this tank top, this white tank top, and I drew a logo on it that was basically like a fist, and I put like a bomb burst thing behind it, and I wrote Muscle Man in it on just big letters. It was a total lie, because I did no muscle whatsoever. And I took one of those face masks, and I put it over my eyes, but I would constantly bring it down over my mouth in order to fucking see. Obviously, this disguise didn't work, because I just drove around my neighborhood and everybody recognized me.
Wait, you drove around wearing that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, Bill.
I was a fucked up kid, I'll admit. So I wore the sleep mask, and I remember for a day I actually wore the costume under my clothes, just like fucking Spider-Man. And I walked around school, I went to friends' houses wearing it, and then I went to my friend Derek's house later that day. And I was at his house, and I was telling him, I'm going to be a superhero, I'm going to go out there and fight criminals and beat people up and save chicks and shit. And his mother was like, that's extremely dangerous and illegal. That's vigilantism. If you do it, and if you get my son involved, I'm going to call the cops on you. And I was like, and I didn't do it.
This is a very,
I got rid of the costume.
This is a very paranoid mother. If I heard a child say this, I would just be like, no, you're not.
Yeah, it was fucked up. So I just gave it.
Okay. What was the genesis of the idea of Muscle Man? How did you come up with Muscle Man?
There was a character in the in 70s Spider-Man, who I saw in the Spider-Man Encyclopedia, which is that big, huge DK book, filled with pictures and shit. There was this character called Molten Man.
Oh yes, I remember him.
And I liked the MM thing. So, I wanted to make up a character that had MM.
Unfortunately, you weren't molten.
No, I was muscle. So, and I didn't have that either. But I lied about it.
Nor were you a real man.
Fuck you, Andres.
Smackety smackety doo.
So that's where I came up with the idea of Muscle Man.
So.
Any other queries, gentlemen?
Was the mother already very suspicious of your activities to immediately go straight to, I'm going to threaten you with the cops?
Yeah. Was there some history with you and this woman to where she would believe that you would do something crazy like this? Yes,
because I tried to start a biker gang with my friends recently before that. And we would talk about going into people's backyards and vandalizing them. And it was all my idea.
Uh-huh.
And when did this...
Me, her son, and our other friend, Johnny Guzzo.
When did this take place?
This was... I think it was in 8th grade? Yeah, 8th grade.
And you were driving...
No, a bike.
You said you were driving around...
Driving a bike!
Yeah, he mentioned the bike.
Oh.
Is Muscle Man ever going to have an epic battle with Evil Johnny?
Oh, God, yes. It's going to happen one day. I'll throw it in there at some point.
You're just going to make Muscle Man a real thing.
Yes. I'm pretty sure it exists out there.
It's a pretty obvious name, so if nobody else has ever thought of it, I will be surprised.
I mean, it's a parody name, if anything. I'm sure, like, Ben Edlund put it in the tick or something. It seems like something he would do. So any other questions about Muscle Man?
Did he have a 70s-style superhero theme song?
I wish. It was all on my mind, internally. Andres, any other inquiries?
Adam just messaged me saying that he asked me to tell you that he won't be able to come back on.
Fuck.
No.
All right, tell him we're sorry, and that we'll miss him, and that I'll tell him I'll mention his new YouTube channel on at the end.
He said his PC has a virus and it has taken over the computer.
Oh shit.
That's intense.
That's fucking intense. All right, tell him I'm really sorry, and that sorry. Tell him I understand though. It's totally cool. That sucks. Well, no more Adam, guys. Sorry.
He said he is writing this with his film editing computer right now, and not the one he uses Skype for.
Okay, well tell him we totally understand and we're sorry, and hopefully and tell him I'll mention his YouTube channel at the end.
That virus thing, that sucks.
That, I mean, understating, but yeah, viruses suck.
Indeed.
I
had a virus once.
Yeah, the Ebola one, as Adam gave it to you.
Yeah.
And then you fought off Sasquatches while it was killing you.
Luckily, I found a cure to that, but I didn't release it to the public, and I just kept it in a safe.
Because as Adam said, you're a sarcastic douchebag.
Indeed. By the way, Stop World Hunger 2. Never going to reveal that one.
And cancer.
Oh yeah, cancer, totally gone.
And the energy crisis. Andres, any other queries for me?
No.
Okay, so let's move on to the last one. Okay, number 3, 6th grade. Friend's dad threatened my life over chucking an ink pen at his son. And I went home crying and watched Godzilla Final Wars. And the reason why I chucked the ink pen was because my friend said Lego Star Wars was stupid. And the first game, specifically the first game, because it was the one about the prequels. The second one was just coming out at the time. I remember that was a big deal. So 6th grade, I was sitting in my 6th grade class in which I had a bunch of my friends were in that class. It was after school, we were all getting ready to leave, go out to the buses, and my friends and I were talking about hanging out the next day. And I said, we should totally play Lego Star Wars. And he goes, that shit is so fucking stupid. Why don't you play real Star Wars, like Battlefront 2 or something? And I was greatly offended because Lego Star Wars was awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have the Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, the game that has like episodes 1 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept bitching about it and calling me stupid for playing it. We got in a big argument, and I just chucked a pen at him. Just an opened up ink pen, and just threw it at him. And then we started chasing each other around the room with open pens, trying to stab each other.
Did the pen stick in his flesh and give him horrible lead poisoning, which scarred him for life and condemned him to a wheelchair?
By a lot.
Oh, okay.
There was no chance. It didn't even make it to him. What happened was he was on the other side of the fucking room, and it hit, and it ricocheted off his desk and bounced in the air. It could have killed somebody else, but it definitely wouldn't have hit him.
Okay, see, after your last 2 stories, I was trying to give you some street cred, but all right.
Fuck you, Dylan. So what happened was I thought it was I took it as a joke, and I didn't make a big deal out of it. I went home. And I was going to hang out with Nicola that day. Nicola lives, I have to pass this guy's house to go to her house, even now, when I'm in my car. So I'm walking there, I'm like rocking out to my fucking iPod Nano. And I literally fucking pass his house, and I turn this corner, I turn around, pull out my headphones, and this kid's chasing me like you fucking read about. Like fucking Terminator style chasing me. I turn around and I'm like, hey man, what's up? And he's like, stay right there. And I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden his dad and his little brother come out. And his dad looks fucking pissed. Pissed off, again, like you fucking read about. Like fucking like, rah! That kind of face.
Wait, when the kid was chasing you, you say he was chasing you Terminator style. Was he doing his arms like the T-1000?
No, you know what he was doing it more like? He was doing it more like Sonic, with his arms back, like fucking charging at me.
Oh, even better.
And I was in my head, I was going...
rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places
I just kept
to
humming
go,
Animal.
gotta follow my rainbow.
Yes, that's exactly what I was singing in my head while this guy was chasing me. So his dad comes over to me, starts bitching at me, being like, "Oh, blah, yeah, a pen is a weapon. You could have really hurt my son. I look out for my kids, unlike any of your fucking parents. Oh, you're such a fucking little shit." And then his brother was like, "Yeah, I look out for him too," crying my eyes out.
A pin?
Fucking bawling.
A pin is a... Who are you, Jack Nicholson? Like...
No, I'm fucking Jason Bourne. Fucking a pen is a weapon. And he called my grandma and bitched about it to her because my parents weren't home, they were at work, and saying, "Oh, he's dangerous, he's never allowed near my son again, blah, blah, blah." Right? So I go back home, crying my eyes out. I called Nickel, like, I can't get there because I just can't deal with it. I'm crying my eyes out. I get home. I had a cell phone at the time. I had a Nokia. You guys don't know what my fucking ringtone was? You're going to love it. Bad Day by Daniel Powder.
Why?
Because I got the cell phone from my mom, and that was her ringtone. I couldn't change it. So I called Nicole. I was like, I'm not going to make it. I called my mom, crying my eyes out, telling her what happened. "Oh, you guys threatened me." So I went home. Told my grandma. She bitched to me because, like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me when you got home?" I'm like, So I went upstairs, waited for my parents to get home. I watched Godzilla Final Wars. I stopped crying. They came home. My dad went to the dude's house, chewed his ass out, said if he ever did that again, he'd call the cops. My dad was not happy.
You must have a really bad reputation in your own neighborhood.
I'm afraid he tried to start a biker gang.
See that?
So my dad was really pissed, and he actually went back the next day, just because of how angry he was, and the guy wouldn't answer the door. I'm echoing.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Andres, that's you.
Oh, hey, really?
Yeah.
Because I don't hear an echo at all.
I'm hearing an echo on your end. You wouldn't hear it because it's your microphone.
Oh, okay. How about now?
Andres, do you have a virus now?
That's fine.
Because that's how all this shit started.
That's fine right there. Anyway. Oh, wait, it's back again. Now it's gone. What the fuck, Andres? No.
Andres, whatever.
Andres, you wearing a headset?
Yeah, I'm wearing a headset.
Pull the mic a little bit away. Just a little bit.
Okay, what about this one? How about now?
That's good.
All right.
Okay.
Am I still, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so those are the three stories. Do you guys have any questions about the last one?
Okay, so what month did this incident happen?
Oh God, September.
September. Okay, and you said this was in 6th grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
What year did this took place?
2006.
6. Okay. And let's see, 2006. Let's see. All right, because I'm trying to do the math here. All right.
It couldn't have been in 2006 because I was in 6th grade in 2006, and you're like a year behind me.
I'm not a full year behind you.
Yeah, but okay. So
because it definitely wasn't 2007 because Spider-Man 3 came out in 2007 and Spider-Man 3 came out at the end of my 6th grade year, and this was in September.
You know what I'm thinking of? I always forget the fact that a school year takes over the place of 2 years.
Yes. Yes, this was the end of 2006.
All right. My problem is now solved. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions, guys?
So once again, this takes place in 2006.
Uh-huh.
In 6th grade?
6th grade.
6th grade. Okay.
Any other questions?
Let's see, nope.
Dylan? about any of the three, which I will repeat. 1, Evil Johnny, the split personality. 2, Muscle Man. And 3, being threatened by my friend's dad over throwing a pen at his son.
This is a tough one, because I believe Bill
Wait. I do have a question.
Okay.
Was it a fountain pen or was it ballpoint?
Ballpoint.
Right.
Okay, so okay, go ahead, guys. Which one's the truth and which 2 are the lies?
As I was going to say, this is going to be tough, because I do believe Bill is stupid enough to pull off all these stunts.
Oh, fuck you.
Yes.
Fuck you,
Yes.
Andres. And I think that you're snooty enough to go up to a fucking theater desk and bitch about some dude. If you were a true New Yorker, you would have just fucking taken it like a man.
He has never claimed to be a true New Yorker, Bill.
I judge everybody by the skills as a true New Yorker. Dylan, you're a decent New Yorker.
He's on the opposite side of the country.
Doesn't matter. He's still a shitty New Yorker.
Not even like straight across. He's diagonal from you.
He's still a shitty New Yorker. All right.
Imagine you were confronting that drunk moviegoer, and you're like, Emmer,
fuck you, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Turn your ass around. Go back to fucking Jersey, you fucking dick.
What a douchebag.
What a fucking douche. Go get me some coffee.
The problem with the first 2 stories is they both sound like something some stupid kid would do. I'm trying to think if there's anything that like eliminates any of them. Process of elimination. I want to believe in Evil Johnny. What's your thought process, Andres? What are you thinking?
Let's see.
What's going through that Mexican mind of yours?
Tacos.
Taco, burrito.
Let's see. If only he would have said 2005 instead of 2006 for that last story. But let's see. So
yeah, you were trying to get him on a math technicality. See, that's what I tried to do too, but I failed at math.
Let's see, because I know the Godzilla Final Wars DVD came out in December of 2005, and the first Lego Star Wars game came out in March of 2005.
Yeah, so both of these things were around and pretty new.
Right. Relatively new.
Relatively so.
I was obsessed with Final Wars
and Lego Star Wars, apparently.
Yeah, it was.
Wait.
Co-op games.
Just wondering, have you played either of the Lego Batman games, Bill?
I played the first one, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Especially once I unlocked Ra's al Ghul. I was like, I'm Ra's al Ghul right now. That is amazing.
Nice. Although I wonder why. Although I wonder why Lego Ra's al Ghul was shirtless.
I don't know. I also like
because that's sexier.
I also like that they incorporated the idea of, and I don't know if this was the first Lego game to do this or not, but how you could make custom characters.
Oh yeah, I made a Batman 89 with that custom character.
Oh yeah, I had multiple memory cards, so I had like 8 of them.
Nice. So let's see.
Okay, guys, come on. Thought process. What's going on here?
Have you played Lego Indiana Jones? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm checking a technicality which may ruin your story. Okay, damn it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was out at this time. Okay.
Which ones are fake?
Let's see. Bill dressing up as a superhero. Bill pretending to be Jekyll and Hyde. Bill throwing a pen and getting in trouble for it.
Who was the president at the time?
During which story?
All of them.
Actually, Bush Jr. for all 3.
You are correct.
Which is a horrible mistake.
That had nothing to do with anything.
That didn't solve any of your problems.
No, it didn't.
Because that knocks out the last 10 years.
8 years, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean when I was a kid and when these would have happened.
Let's see. I think the third story might be a bit over-exaggerated, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, there was a lot of fuck in that story, wasn't there? He was using the word fuck a lot.
Was that a fucking? I was fucking 13.
No, the word fuck. It was all over the place. So it almost made me feel like you were, jazzing that story up, as it were.
And let's see. The second story sounds a bit too ridiculous.
Yeah, here's a question. Why not just cut some damn eye holes in the...
Because I didn't want, because they were my grandma's and I wasn't allowed to ruin them.
But then why even use them in the first place?
As a mask.
You couldn't think of another mask?
I couldn't put a full mask on out of fear that I'd get pulled, like the cop would see me and think I was doing something wrong.
Didn't you learn anything from Superman? All you needed were glasses, Bill. Glasses.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Right, I didn't have access to glasses.
That's why nowadays he wears sunglasses when he's in his civilian form.
It's civilian form.
That's true. When he turns into Zazubaar.
As opposed to my other form, yeah.
Yeah, there's Bill Wurster and then there's Zazubaar. When he turns into Zazubaar, he takes off his sunglasses.
No, I put on the sunglasses.
Ah, okay.
Zazubaar is the glasses and the hat.
Okay.
Bill is just a fat-ass blonde kid.
I'm going to say that the first one was true.
Yeah, see, it's definitely down between that one and the second one being true, but the second one does sound a bit more ridiculous, and as I said, I want to believe in Evil Johnny, so I'm going to say that story number one is, in fact, the true story.
Although now I want to see Muscle Man versus Ghost Skater now.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer, guys?
Yeah.
It is.
All right, because I got news for you. You're right! The first one was true.
Whew.
But all three of them happened in one manner of speaking or another. The only thing that makes the last two fake was that I added details that didn't happen. No friend's mom ever called the cops on me. I stopped because I realized how fucking stupid it was. And then there's no crime in Carl Place to stop. And then the second one, the fight was not over Lego Star Wars. It was just over stupid friend shit. And
There's a superhero in Carl Place, and he's just busting jaywalkers.
There isn't even that going on.
Watch out, Phoenix Jones. Here comes Muscle Man.
Anyway, so you guys are very, very correct. It's kind of pointless to keep score, because no matter what, two of us are going to be tied.
Yeah.
So, we're not going to keep score. This is supposed to be fun. Be for fun. So you guys are right. Congratulations. You now know how fucked up I am.
Oh, we already knew that, Bill.
Yeah. I was a weird kid. Dylan! You're up, buddy. What do you got for us?
I'm afraid I can't do that, Bill. Okay, for those at home that don't understand what I'm saying, my profile picture is HAL 9000.
Of course they wouldn't know that because he's very...
They don't fucking have you on Skype, you dumbass.
I know.
Facebook.
I know. I'm just explaining the joke, Bill. I was explaining the reference because without them knowing that, it's just a 2001 reference that's hanging there.
Well, stop it, Dylan.
In midair.
Stop being logical.
I will do no such thing.
All right, go for it.
All right.
Still eating these cup of noodles.
Are they the Maruchan brand?
No, these are Nissan.
Ah.
And it's got a giant penis.
Whoa.
Oh, please tell me when you got that joke.
Whoa, what?
No.
God damn it!
Was this a reference to the biggest, blackest dick?
No, Liam Neeson's cock.
Yes. I remember this being a thing now. Not Liam's cock.
Oh, apparently Liam Neeson has a giant penis.
I've heard so. Yes.
Why do you know this, Bill?
Hollywood Babylon.
How did they know this?
Because Kevin Smith was friends with somebody who knew Julia Roberts, and she fucked Liam Neeson once, and she said that he has a gigantic penis. Dylan, rock us with the shit, bro.
I don't have any shit to rock you with, Bill.
Come on, you didn't come up with anything?
No, I was too busy trying to figure out which one of your stories was a lie.
Oh, come on, dude, come up with something. Just tell us a fucked up story. That's all I want.
Okay.
Just give us two.
Just give you two.
One true one, one fake one.
All right. So, when I was in Burma,
A long time ago.
One true one.
A long time ago. Me and my brother Kyle here, we were hitchhiking down a long and lonesome road. All of a sudden, there shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road.
The only true story I can think of that's any good I've already told you before, Bill.
Oh, is this the spider story?
The spider story.
That's not good. That's not good for this.
Why not, Bill? It's at least interesting.
It's so short, though.
Oh yeah, because your stories were long.
Yeah, but at least mine have, like, layers to them. Yours is like there was a spider. It looked at me weird, and I killed it.
It didn't look at me weird. It looked at me with absolute evil in its eye. Andres, what are you referring to in this Facebook post?
It was just a story that you told me once.
I don't remember.
Dylan, I'd just like to refurbish that you had 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
To fucking come up with 3 things. You've let me down, man. You really let me down.
I know I have, Bill.
You've really let me down. Oh, tell us a fucked up story then. Just one fucked up story then. I'll let you off with a warning.
You wanna okay?
Oh, this is such a professional show. I love it.
This would also happen in a time when I've been experiencing terrible writer's block.
Yeah. All right, forget it then. Don't worry about it. I guess Andres and I are the only ones who care about the posterity of this show.
Oh, I know what story you're talking about now, Andres. Really? Okay.
Dylan, what's the most fucked up thing that's ever happened to you? And please don't say the spider thing.
The most fucked up thing that's ever happened to me.
It's the weirdest thing you ever done, or it's ever happened to you.
Besides having an old Western-style standoff with a spider.
Aside from that, this is the weirdest thing you've ever done, or has happened to you, the most heinous.
Did I tell you about the time I saw a black bear licking its penis?
No.
All right.
Oh, wait, yes, you have told this story.
So in a little town called Gatlinburg, which is in the eastern mountainous region of Tennessee, the Appalachians, or the Smoky Mountains, as everybody calls them anyway. In this area where, if you're in Tennessee, you've been to it before because it's very tourismy. It's near this town called Pigeon Forge that Dolly Parton owns. A lot of tourism over there, just because beautiful mountain scenery and stuff. So I'm over there, and there's this place where you go to look at bears. And this is in the winter, so the bear should be hibernating. Really, I don't know why he came out. But we see this bear, unless they just like torture them to make them come out for the people.
That's horrible.
It's
get the fuck out of there.
This is all coming in the documentary Black Bear. No, but he comes out, and we're looking at a pretty good sized bear, and all of a sudden, this thing just starts bends over and just starts pleasuring himself.
With his mouth?
With his mouth. Well, he couldn't use his hand.
That's impressive.
A bear using his hand would be extremely painful. So yes, he is going to town on himself. Just
oh my god.
Like a slutty girl attacking a hot dog. And yeah, it was not pleasant. But the funny thing about it is, not only was I in the mountains, just on a trip, this happened to be a church outing. So I am with a church group watching this bear stimulate his genitalia.
Oh Oh my god, that's great.
And we were mortified, and we left, and that's really all there is to it. I mean...
Wow. That's something else.
that is something. That is some... I didn't even know bears did that.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure most mammals masturbate. This is part of the mammalian condition.
Mammalian condition.
Like, monkeys do. Mammalian condition.
That should be the title of a book.
Oh my god. The Mammalian Condition by Bill Wurster.
Like
All animals jerk off.
Dun-na-na, dun-na-na.
The story of a young boy who learned that masturbation was okay.
Story.
It's a fiction story.
The story of a young bear who one summer at Yogi's house learned the secrets of bear sexuality.
Oh, you said Yogi's house? He learned the ways of the flesh.
The ways of the flesh. Much like Animala, he was taught the ways of the fucking.
The ways
of the sex.
That's how we said it, goddammit.
And I was the one who said it, and I can't even remember.
Drop my sonic screwdriver, and that's not something you hear every day. Yeah. I'd buy a book called The Mammalian Condition.
The Mammalian Condition. I mean, yeah.
What's the reptile condition? Is
Is
that like...
The reptile condition.
Because reptiles don't jerk. They can't, because they've got fucking, like, the dick that goes, like, in and out. I mean, all dicks go in and out. But I mean, like, they like, it's, like, retractable, like Wolverine's claws.
Is it prehensile?
I don't think it's prehensile. But you look like snakes have two dicks. They got a hemipenis.
Snakes have two dicks.
They do. It's fucked up. So, which means that some snakes can have 4 heads.
When it comes to the point of psychology, isn't a snake just a penis with fangs?
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess sharks are just dicks with teeth too.
Yeah.
It's a horrifying horror movie.
Yeah.
Shark. No, a shark is just a dick with teeth.
See what happens when one of these conversations loses traction, people?
Yeah, I see what happens when we have a plan and the plan falls apart. I'm sorry, folks. I really am. I tried to make this work.
No, he's not.
I was unprepared.
He never apologizes for Bill never apologizes for anything.
I am truly sorry this time,
He
though.
apologizes
I really
constantly, Andres, to his audience, not to anybody else.
No, I don't care about my audience. You guys can go fuck yourselves. God damn it. Dylan, you fucked up my shit, man.
It wasn't just my unpreparedness. We also had, Adam. He had technical issues, and Gorzard's not here. I only share a third of this blame.
It's true. You guys all let me down in your own special way.
It's funny how it's always the three of us that are always here.
I know, it's always just us three, always left over. We're like the holy trinity of the Sons of Serizawa.
Oh, that reminds me, I won't be here next time.
Oh. Okay.
I was going to tell you afterwards, but this seemed like the perfect time to bring that up.
Just the perfect time to crush my soul. Just to come in and be like, oh, by the way, Bill, next time, not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here for the next episode. I won't be able to make DFOS that week either.
Oh. So this coming week you're going to be okay, but the following week, no.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're going up into the mountains, right?
Yeah.
You going to walk the mountain?
I'm going to walk the mountain. Hopefully I won't run into any masturbating bears.
I was going to say, are you going to go fight some bears?
Yeah.
Brr, fight.
Yeah, take that, bear.
No, they're actually...
Woo, we're being chased by a crazed man from Tennessee. Rah, get me them bears.
There actually is a proud tradition, because in that same town that I was talking about...
a bear is jerking off?
No. Well, yes, but no. Back in the 30s, and people would come to watch this, you could pay an amount of money to get in the ring and fight a bear.
Whoa.
What kind of bear?
To fight a bear. And if you want...
What kind of bear?
A standard Tennessee black bear. But I mean, big enough to kill a human. I mean, they wouldn't throw one of the babies in there, obviously. You would be fighting a full-grown, roided up, like...
horrible monster from the mountains that's jerking.
Would they like
off.
declaw the bear and like put some tranquilizer in it so to give the people a fair chance?
Tranquilizer.
I don't know if they did that or not, Andres.
They got the bear high. They bought him dinner first.
I don't know if they did that or not, but I don't think so. From what I gathered, I think it was pretty hardcore, but they might have. But yeah, you could go and you could pay a certain amount of money and fight a bear. And if you you know, on one hand you're like, why would you do that? You're going to die horribly. But on the other hand, you'll be horribly mutilated. But on the other hand, if you succeed in this mission, you're fucking Chuck Norris.
This for fighting a bear?
Yes, man.
I hate to be like the odd one out here, but like I'm with Teddy Roosevelt. Unless it's in the wild, it's a killer natural bear. You're in its element, and you've only got one shot in your gun. You're just a pussy for taking on the bear.
Bill, okay, fine. You know what's going to happen, Bill? I'm going to bring a bear to New York.
All right, first things first, Dylan. How the fuck are you going to bring a bear to New York?
I know a guy, and and I'm gonna
one of those situations.
And I'm gonna put you in the ring with the bear, and we're gonna see how.
What ring? Are we gonna build one?
Yeah, I'm gonna build a ring. And I'm going to put you in the ring with the bear, and then we'll see how much of a pussy you are when you die.
We'll see how much of a pussy you are when you die. What a great fucking test of, like, one being a pussy. We'll see if you're a pussy when you're dead, Bill.
See if you can fight a bear. That is the true test of whether or not you're a pussy.
But is the bear... So I'm with Andres, though. Is the bear declawed, or is this like somebody like literally takes a bear out of the wild? Here's a bear, throws it in the ring, fucking fight it. And the bear's like, what's going on? Why am I in a ring?
I've never heard anything in terms of declawing. This would be a seasoned bear. It is used to this sort of thing by now. It's basically like dog fighting, you know, the way dogs are trained to fight.
So it's terribly inhumane.
It is terribly inhumane. It's an Amish terrarium is what it is.
Right.
And this is why it has long since been stopped, at least as far as I know. So we're gonna put you in the ring with the bear. See if you can take on the bear. The bear has 3 minutes of playtime, and we'll see if you.
Randy Savage is just in a bear suit.
Ooh yeah!
I was waiting for it.
So yeah.
Bitch didn't know it was me under this bear costume.
I did not, Randy Savage.
I bet you thought I was actually dead, but I was really a bear in disguise the whole time.
Of course you were, Randy Savage.
So people in the audience. So people in the audience, if you want to see Bill Worcester fight a bear, then go like the Sons of Serizawa Podcasting Network page. If we reach 100 likes, Bill will fight a bear. That's all low.
That's not true. It's not gonna happen. Bill Worcester ain't fighting no fucking bear.
Like what? You think us getting 100 likes?
I like how low I set the bar. 100 likes.
We'll hit that in like a month even.
Well, we've already reached like 30 or so, close to 30.
We're at 29, and it's pissing me off because we need one more.
For what?
To reach 30.
For my fucking sanity, Bill. For my fucking sanity. Need one more, and then my OCD will be good.
Apparently you have to have at least 30 likes before you can get access to insights about your activity. That's quoting Facebook. I don't know what any of that shit means.
Why is that even a thing?
I don't know. It's been taunting me this whole time. It's like, you need only one more, and I'm like, somebody likes this damn page.
Oh, by the way, we should probably talk about this.
Sure.
Well, it's brought up. We haven't brought this up in recording yet. We have a Facebook page now.
Oh yeah. Not the Facebook page that we talked about in the first episode. See, that is a group. That is an exclusive group that you can no longer find.
Right, exactly. It's secret. Shh. But we do have a public group which you can join and converse with. That's called Toho Nation. So join that to actually post stuff there and meet up with people. But we also have a page now for the actual production team of the Sons of Serizawa. It's called the Sons of Serizawa Network homepage on Facebook. Look it up. And be sure to like that page in order to get updates on the 3 podcasts that we have running. We of course, have Shoe Watch, Super Dynamic Ultra Force Go, the Demons from Outer Space, and, of course, the one that started it all, the Sons of Serizawa Podcast, which we are, of course, doing now. So be sure to go ahead and check out that page for updates on the show.
We're also looking to do all kinds of little side projects in the future.
We are Shinpei's Toy Shop, obviously. Going to be a SOS production. Moosla stuff that's going to happen. We're planning on doing a comic book series. Or at least something akin to it. We have an audio production in the works that Dylan is writing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. We have other stuff coming as well, which we will not share at the moment.
Since you mentioned the Moosla thing, Bill, since this is a major thing that we're going to have to get out of the way, if there's anybody out there who can draw a webcomic well and wants to throw their hat into the ring, contact us, because we would love to see that go forward. And
yeah, if you have an art style that will be fit to drawing webcomics, contact us either personally, Bill Worster, Andres Perez, or Dylan McCandless on Facebook.
If you have a DeviantArt page, give us a link so that we can view it and judge you.
Judge you. And criticize you and make fun of you and call you names.
Judge your art, I mean. The only stipulation I guess we would have is that you stick with the designs of the characters that we do.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, obviously, if you need to adjust them to your art style, like make them look more realistic, because I have a very simplistic, cartoony art style, then do so. Like, if you draw like Matt Frank and you have to like redraw Moosla to make it look like Matt Frank drew it, okay.
Please go ahead. We're more than open to that.
We're talking about not hand drawn, but more like digital drawing. I'm not sure what's the correct term for it.
It can be hand drawn as long as it can be scanned.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be online?
I guess
right?
It just depends. I don't really know how people who do web comics go about it. I know some people have software, but I think there are some people who hand draw it and then like scan it into the computer. And I'm guessing they probably have to like touch it up afterwards. A lot of times scans are looking like shit.
I think there might be like electronic touchpads where you actually hand draw it, but it's a touch screen, so whatever you draw is on the computer.
My friend Milan Jeftik, who I do Geeky Gentleman with, that's what he has. He has a little touchpad that he draws with, and he obviously has he uses Paint, he uses a bunch of programs, but he does it in the computer. But some people will actually scan it. They'll draw it and ink it on paper and then scan it onto the computer, and then they'll digitally color it. There's very few people who do color manual anymore. Most people do digital color. All mainstream comic books do it digital nowadays. It just looks better.
I've used that method before, hand drawing it and then scanning it and then drawing over it and coloring it in the computer. I've done that before.
It just tends to look better, and looks better with the scan. Because when you scan it, you're always going to get that weird like almost alien effect. It looks very artificial.
That, and a lot of times
where you can tell that it's not on that plane.
A lot of times, if it's not dark enough, when you scan it, it'll come through very faded looking.
Exactly. Which is why a lot of people will ink it, but even then, it's still an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're interested in doing a Moosla comic. So if you have those kind of skills and you want to get into drawing comic books, let us know, because we'd love to work with you on it.
I mean, some of the writing for this thing has been done, has it not?
Yes, it has.
Yeah. So I mean,
I have a first issue pretty much penned out all the way.
This is a thing, you guys, that we're interested in doing. So if you think you got the chops, then contact us.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe if we enjoy your work, maybe we'll ask you to do some other stuff for us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
like draw robots for Andres. That could be a thing. You could draw robots for Andres' personal viewing.
Yeah, because Andres loves to be drawn robots. Take it from me.
I just imagine Andres as like this fucking dude sitting in like this room, just like there's like a glass case, and usually people have like naked women come out and like dance in front of them. They fucking throw money in. Fucking just Andres has like this TV where people just No, it's a guy with an easel who just draws giant robots for Andres, and he just watches. And he's smoking a cigar. He has one of those cheesy, like, Latin American mustaches. Wearing a Hawaiian.
Draw me Neo Getter Robo.
Yes, Mr. Perez quickly sketches it.
Now draw me.
You're just like,
now draw me Neo Getter Robo
Nice.
fighting Mazinger Z.
Andres has this weird.
And do it slowly.
Andres has this weird thing with his girlfriends that he can't get it up unless they cosplay as a giant robot.
Andres is the fuck giant robot. No, that's the fucked up thing. They're never sexual. It's just the robots.
Oh baby.
It's actually,
Oh baby, let me see that exhaust pipe.
Pronounce the crankshaft. And do it slowly, young man. Anyway, so yeah, that's the thing. So like the Sons of Serizawa Network homepage for more information and following our group as we post stuff.
Right. We need the likes, people.
We do. We really, really do.
Watch our shit. You know, that's always a given.
Listen to our pods. Spread the word. We got a very stable fan base and a good large fan base, but it's kind of staying static there.
Yeah.
Please do us a favor and spread the word. Send it to other Godzilla fans, spread it to kaiju fans, film fans, people who like podcasts in general. That's why we started this show, because I'm a big fan of podcasts, and I want to provide audio for people out there who just they like to listen to podcasts going to work or going to school or at work or whatever. So that's what the show's for. So be sure to spread it to people like that.
We are doing our part to try to grow the fan base, but now it is also up to the fans to spread the word, to become to become recruiters in a way. Basically the thing that they already do for Godzilla anyway.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
Heck, even share it with famous Godzilla fans like Matt Frank. Oh,
he'd be like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
I mean, Bill sent an episode to Kevin Smith once and was promptly ignored.
Yeah, he didn't respond. Not surprisingly.
Which is why now he will be drawn as the obese. No.
I've changed my mind. And make him huge.
Imagine you have all your Kevin Smith related material, whether it be movies or something, and you burn it in a bonfire.
In a bonfire. Kevin Smith has no idea that this is happening.
You used to be my hero.
I still like Clerks though.
I can't even enjoy Clerks anymore.
You ruined Clerks. You fat fuck now.
I can no longer enjoy your stuff because you don't enjoy mine.
That is exactly how I feel. No, yeah, I think, that's it. So, I think we should go into our only regular segment here at the Sons of Serizawa podcast as we go into the general news update with Andres Perez. And now to you, Andres, with the general news update.
Let's see. Just having some technical issues here with loading up Facebook, because that's where I kept all my news articles. But I guess one bit of news that just came out today was that the Superman-Batman movie has been delayed until 2016. It was
damn Skippy.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think this means for the production of that movie? Because there's been...
Thank fucking God.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like they were rushing a little bit, and so I think it's a good thing that they're stepping back and taking some more time, because doing a Superman and Batman movie is such an important thing. It has to be done right.
Yeah.
Because if you manage to fuck that up, then the fans will hate you forever.
Well, more than that, Man of Steel I still really enjoy, but it is a heavily flawed movie.
Yeah.
And what's really good about Man of Steel is its setup and the origin of Superman that it presents and the world it presents. fascinating universe. I think what'll make Man of Steel remembered as a good movie one day is that a sequel will come along that'll take those ideas and really do something with it. I really want to see a Terminator 2 type movie for Man of Steel. Something that comes along, takes all the ideas that Man of Steel presented, and then turns it into an interesting story.
I feel like if they had turned around and had this movie in 2015, then they wouldn't have been taking the necessary time to try and avoid some of the mistakes that they had made on Man of Steel. So by postponing it another year, that gives them more time to look at it and say, okay, here's what we were criticized for on Man of Steel, here's where we think we messed up, and then they can, build upon that and try to correct those flaws and just make the second one a stronger picture.
Exactly, and I think that one of the major things they're doing that I am so fucking thankful for is that David Goyer isn't writing the final shooting script. The guy who wrote Argo is writing the final shooting script, which is excellent. I'm so fucking pumped for that. And here's why. David Goyer is a fantastic writer. He's a great plotter. He's a decent writer. Fantastic plotter. And I think that somebody coming along and tweaking what he's got going on there is fantastic, and that's exactly what they're doing. And I'm hoping for much better dialogue in this film than what was presented in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really hopeful for.
Wait, did David Goyer wrote Man of Steel?
Yeah, he wrote the whole script.
Okay, because, a lot of that dialogue felt very
very stiff, right?
Very Nolan Batman-ish.
Yeah, and the thing is, it doesn't bother me in the Nolan Batman films as much as it does a lot of people, because that's just that style. But with Man of Steel, it feels like they're just ripping it off.
It doesn't even feel that way. It just feels like no one has any personality.
It feels like the Nolan Batman. It feels like the way the Nolan Batman movies were written, but sort of watered down in a way.
I think the best word to describe Man of Steel is overwritten. It's just the dialogue is really hefty, or not dialogue, because it's actually a very dialogue-light movie. But the dialogue that's there is very, very heavy and filled with ideas and metaphors and shit.
It's one of those situations where you almost get the feeling that the people behind it are dancing around saying, "Ask me what it means, ask me what it means," and you're like, "We know what it means."
Definitely, I'll agree with that.
Let's see. For me personally, I get supposedly there's been rumors that there have been people who on the inside have been talking about that, describing that Warner Brothers has no idea what they're doing and that they're just coming up with stuff on the fly, and that it's like, oh, we're going to add Wonder Woman as a cameo. Oh, wait, now we're going to have Wonder Woman as an actual supporting character. Oh, wait, let's have Flash. Oh, wait, let's have Green Lantern and Aquaman. And so it seems like they don't even have a story yet for this movie. And
meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
We must find a way to make Man of Steel 2 work.
And there was even rumors that Man of Steel 2 and Justice League were going to be shot back-to-back or at the same time.
What if they inserted the Wonder Twins?
Oh, God, yes.
If they did the Wonder Twins like in Justice League Unlimited, that'd be pretty cool.
I totally agree with you. I think that's definitely a factor. I think the thing is they're just playing catch up with Marvel, and that's totally fine. They should be doing that, but you got to do it in a way where you're doing it as a catch up, but what you ultimately get to is definitely distinct. Is distinct from what Marvel had done, and doing a Batman and Superman movie first was to me the best thing they could have done, as opposed to just going to Justice League. Because that's different than what Marvel did, and the Batman and Superman concept is something specific to DC that Marvel doesn't really have. So I think that doing that first was a genius idea, and then they start going, oh, Wonder Woman's going to be in it, and Flash is going to be in it, and Justice League, blah, 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 and all this shit, and it's like, just calm the fuck down and tell us a Batman and Superman story first, and then go into Justice League.
Yeah, because, the tone-wise, of course, it's very different from Marvel, but yeah, if they had just jumped into Justice League, it would have been pretty much the same thing, except without, And
it would have been underdeveloped, too, because Marvel had, 4 years to build up Avengers?
Yes, and that's why I'm glad that they've pushed it to 2016, actually, because, what Marvel did, Marvel has been so smart about this whole fucking thing. They have, taken their time, and they have developed it so well, and they had... just the way that Marvel has built the cinematic universe, looking back at it in retrospect, it was genius.
It is. It really is.
And then you look at the DC trying to play catch up and just the sloppy way that they're throwing things together. I mean, this reminds me of, you remember our reaction when they announced that Gotham show.
Oh yeah, it's like, I wonder why you announced this. It's like, DC, just calm down, do what you want to do, and fucking make something good. Just stop trying to fucking catch up with Marvel and just do something good, and people will fucking get behind you. It's infuriating to me. I'm still excited about it. I just want to see Batman and Superman in a movie together. I think that they need to fucking calm down and just gently ease their way into Justice League, or just do whatever the fuck they want. Just forget what Marvel's doing, or don't forget it. You see what Marvel's doing, and what they did was fucking do something that applied to their universe.
Yeah, and
their universe is filled with crossovers and things building into each other. It's a very connected universe, and DC never really had that.
And here's the other thing, DC. I understand you want to catch up. Marvel's been kicking your ass lately. And as much as that fills me a little bit with glee, being that I'm more of a Marvel guy, which is a really complex emotion, because Batman's still my favorite superhero, but I digress.
Yeah. Same here. Batman's my fave. Superman's my second fave, but all my others are Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel. I've always just preferred the Marvel universe, I guess I should say.
I agree. Totally agree.
Because it always felt, I don't know, it always felt it felt larger than life to me in a way that DC never quite did. But anyway, I'm digressing quite a bit. I get it. You want to catch up with Marvel, they're kicking your ass, but you have nobody to blame but yourself. Why did you wait until now to try and get a Justice League thing off the ground? I mean, you did this in animated form, and we loved it.
Several times, as a matter of fact.
Several times. I mean, you should have done this way before. You know, you've been around since the 20s and the 30s, DC.
Not the 20s, the 30s.
Whatever. And Marvel...
You've been around since the 20s.
And Marvel didn't come around until later. You should be ahead. You see what I'm saying? It seems like something...
Yeah, it's weird.
It seems like something that they should have done a long time ago.
DC has always been playing catch up with Marvel, and I don't get why. I don't.
It's like you got to push the envelope, DC. You got to get out in front of them. You need to do something that Marvel hasn't done. You need to beat them to the punch in some way. I don't know what you need to do precisely.
I don't have the answer, but find one.
Find one. Do something that will just shake your cinematic universe to the core.
I'm going to say something right here. They need somebody to come in with a fucking idea.
And I think they had Christopher Nolan as that person, but I don't think that could work at all.
No. Nolan's fine. I don't think it's his idea, though.
Nolan...
I think some big executive producer of Warner Brothers was like, hey, Nolan, you're the only name positively associated with DC right now. Make us a new Justice League universe. He is not the guy, because I don't think it was his idea.
Yeah, they just threw a truckload of money at him and asked him, hey, do this, help us on this thing.
Nolan is a fantastic filmmaker, but you can't force him to make something good when it's not his idea.
I don't think Nolan is the right man for the job. Nolan's fine for Batman, Well, Nolan's fine for his version of Batman specifically. But, you can't write every superhero in the same way.
I agree with that. Because Nolan did his Batman like a fucking crime thriller. Yeah. You can't do Justice League like a crime thriller.
That's one of the problems with Man of Steel, is that trying to write Superman the way you write Batman is a terrible idea.
No, it's not a terrible idea. It's just poorly executed.
And right now I'm thinking like poor Zack Snyder, who's just like caught in the middle of all this.
Zack Snyder isn't guilt-free either, though, because another thing with Man of Steel, I think ultimately why the dialogue comes off as so stilted at points, is because the man is not a writer.
Oh yeah, Sucker
Punch. He co-plotted Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy now because Zack Snyder is not anywhere near the script for Man of Steel 2, at least so what I've heard.
Uh-huh.
So I have high hopes for Man of Steel 2, and I'm actually really happy that they're pushing it back. I think that's a great idea.
Also DC, and this isn't a note to like the cinematic universe itself, but just Superman specifically. And I know you already did this in the first movie by having it be Zod. Give me some other stuff besides Lex Luthor, please.
Lex Luthor and Zod.
Brainiac.
We're done with that.
We've had Lex Luthor. I mean, we haven't had Lex Luthor in this universe yet. You can do Lex Luthor in this universe. Just
keep him in the fucking background.
Give me some other stuff. Put Brainiac in a movie. Why hasn't that happened?
Brainiac, Doomsday, Mongol,
Darkseid,
Parasite.
Oh, Darkseid they'll save for Justice League because Darkseid is like the Thanos.
That's what I would do.
Livewire.
I would save Darkseid.
We don't need Livewire.
I would save Darkseid for the Justice League, and I would do the thing from the animated series where he brainwashed Superman, because that would be amazing.
Create some original villains, maybe. Bizarro. I like Bizarro.
Why haven't we had a live-action Bizarro? And
it almost happened in
Superman 4.
In Superman Returns.
Well, we had Nuclear Man.
Yeah.
He's kind of Bizarro-ish, but they were actually thinking of doing Bizarro in Superman Returns.
Instead, they decided to have Superman fight a mountain of kryptonite.
Did we?
Isn't that thrilling, kids? Da, 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 da.
Oh, and guess what? Kevin Spacey's there playing Lex Luthor. No, actually, he's there playing Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor.
That's true. That is so.
And doing a great job at it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic in that movie.
The greatest criminal mind of the century.
And with a better script, Brandon Routh could have been a great Superman. But again, he's playing Christopher Reeve playing Superman.
Anyone out there who hasn't seen Superman Returns and is reticent to do so because they've heard so much bad stuff about it, if I can give you one good reason to watch it, Kevin Spacey. He steals the show.
Yeah.
Cut to all his scenes. But Superman Returns is so fucking long.
Yeah.
It's insanely long. And it doesn't need to be. It's such a simple fucking story. It's just a simple movie. It barely has a fucking story.
Yeah.
Yeah, Superman Returns is bad.
There's a lot of moping.
And it seemed like it could have gone so right. I mean, like, we're gonna take Superman 3 and 4 out of continuity. We're gonna have this. It's gonna be made. This is directed by the guy who did X-Men, the first 2 X-Men movies. What can go wrong? And everything went wrong.
But I mean, I'm also just like, forget that shit. I mean, Superman 1 and 2 are great, but do a reboot. Do the modern Superman. Superman as a character has come so much further after those movies. There's so much to do, and they don't do any of it because they're like, I love Richard Donner. It's insane to me. I hate Superman.
And you know why? Because they didn't want to take a risk.
Oh, I just realized. You know who they need to, as a person, to like plan out all this Justice League related movies?
Grant Morrison.
Bruce Timm.
Yes.
Oh, okay. God, yes. Fuck Grant Morrison. Yes.
Have you guys seen that 75th anniversary Superman animated short?
Oh, that was fantastic.
That was done that was a collaboration with Bruce Timm and Zack Snyder.
Bring in Bruce Timm. Fucking, I don't know. Introduce Batman Beyond into the cinematic universe.
Oh, Bruce Timm deserves to be at the helm of the DC cinematic universe. Paul Dini, get him in there.
Why hasn't Paul? Oh yeah, I think Paul Dini. I did listen to one of Kevin Smith's podcasts.
Batman on Batman.
Yeah. And Paul Dini said that he was he wrote a Justice League script, I believe, but they never went ahead with that movie. So
there were a ton of Justice League scripts that never got shot, and a lot of them are really bad.
I think it's safe to say that Batman the Animated Series and all of the shows that resulted from it are probably my favorite thing you've ever done, DC. Fucking put these people in charge.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the problem is that Paul Dini is at Marvel right now. So he's not going to do it. But Bruce Timm is still at DC, and he's leaving as head of the animation department. So he needs work.
Bruce Timm.
Yeah, look at all those fantastic direct-to-video movies that he's been in charge of.
Bruce Timm will work for food.
DC's like, Tim, I'm Bruce. You still got a job. Yes, but I want to make a live-action movie.
Can you imagine?
Bruce, please stop.
Imagine
watch Mask of the Phantasm and imagine that as a live-action movie. Just.
Oh God. Yeah, totally.
Imagine the reason why he left the animation studio is like, I want to do more than just Justice League stuff. What does he do? Justice League movie.
Yes. Andres, do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Pick out 2 more of the best media stories of this week, and let's go with those 2.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll definitely go straight to the Godzilla one.
Yeah, let's definitely do that one.
Okay. You've heard about this? Have you guys heard about this recent article, interview article about the Godzilla movie?
I have not, Andres. Please tell me more.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let's see. I'm waiting for it. Okay, so in a new interview with Godzilla cast member Aaron Taylor Johnson and visual effects supervisor Jim Regal has appeared in the latest issue of Total Film magazine and features some hidden bits of information regarding Godzilla and what we can expect from Gareth Edwards' realistic approach to creating the King of the Monsters. And to sum up the interview, these are the main points. Some of them are pretty obvious and some are pretty interesting. One is the fact that it has been confirmed that Godzilla will be 350 feet tall.
Totally fine with that.
Yeah,
now,
I was hearing some estimates that were like in the 500s, and I was like, isn't that a bit much?
That's a little bit too much there. That's perfect for me. That's great.
How tall was the Final Wars Godzilla? Wasn't that one like previously the largest one?
No, the largest Godzilla was No, yeah, he was actually. He was in the 300s.
Ah, okay.
I think so. Yeah, he was in the 300s. He was enormous. Otherwise, it was GMK. GMK was enormous too.
Let's see. The other highlight was that the budget for Godzilla was around 160 million, but that was already known.
Relatively low.
Yeah.
For a movie of this size, which I think is a good thing.
Oh yes, it's not. I think I mentioned this with Adam, where it's not like something like Green Lantern, where they just kept throwing money at the production, hoping to solve the problem, and they ended up with like what, $300 million.
Yeah, I think.
Well, the other thing is that means that they're going to have to lean on the script a lot.
Is a good thing. I think there's something to be said for having to work within limits. I know the idea right now is that we are in the age of filmmaking when you can do anything on film, but I think there's something to be said with having limits and having to work around them.
Because that's where creativity becomes. Like, having to work for something is where creativity comes alive. That being said, Gareth Edwards is an indie filmmaker.
Oh yeah, and he knows how to handle budget.
So we know that this is not going to be a problem.
I imagine if I was an indie filmmaker and all of a sudden they gave me the budget that he has, I'd probably shit myself.
I made 2 movies and then I got handed Godzilla. That's Gareth Edwards.
That's Gareth Edwards shitting himself.
He'd probably be like, I had no point in the pre-production of Godzilla crap myself. Well, in my fantasy you did, Gareth Edwards.
That's disturbing.
You are a strange man. I am a normal man, Gareth Edwards.
Why are you fantasizing about me doing things in my pants?
Because you're the director of Godzilla, Gareth Edwards, and I'm indignant about you.
And let's see, the other bit of news is kind of like
He's like, we're going to move away from this very uncomfortable discussion of how Bill dreams about Gareth Edwards shitting himself.
Because, Bill, nobody wants to talk about this except you. I want to talk about this. I'm fascinated.
Still sitting there in bed, fucking just like, yeah, vacate those bowels.
Fill those shorts.
Oh, that could be taken many ways, Bill. Oh my.
Oh dear, this has gone in a direction I did not foresee.
Why not? It always goes in this direction.
It's true. That's what? That's
this
true.
Is actually the perfect direction for it to go. Our conversations always either go to shit or sex, and we managed to do it in one. We managed to kill both birds with stone.
With the same topic.
By giving you a feces fetish.
Zazubaar is a shit freak over Gareth Edwards only and specifically.
You really do have a one-track mind, Bill.
I do. No, it's a 2-track mind. It's either bathroom jokes or sex jokes.
I still don't know how Batman makes guano, but Andres, maybe we should move on.
I want to learn.
Maybe we should move on, Andres.
Okay.
No! God damn it, we will not move on.
The last bit of new information about this movie was that Godzilla's fighting style has been compared to that of how Komodo dragons and bears fight.
Oh, that's cool.
So lumbering and smashing into things.
And mauling.
A lot
That's
lot
awesome.
of waving of arms. Which Bill will learn when he gets in the ring with a bear.
You'll know how.
I'll be like, I'm one step closer to fighting the Big G. Yeah, that's cool. I can see that. That's cool. How do Komodo dragons fight? They get up on their hindquarters and smack into each other, right?
I wanted to look up Komodo dragon footage on YouTube before the.
But I was afraid my parents would find out and they'd yell at me.
I wanted to look this up.
Why would they yell at him for looking up Komodo dragon?
Because they think he's doing things with it. Terrible things.
Because Andres apparently has a Komodo dragon fetish.
A shit freaking Andres jerks off the lizards. Anyway.
To that female Komodo dragon kaiju from the Godzilla animated series.
That's where it started.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures, and yeah, they jump up on their hindquarters and smash into each other. It's very violent.
I mean, I would like a punch here and there too. Can I just get one punch? Just one giant Godzilla punch?
I think it's mostly. Let's see. I am looking at footage.
That's where the bear part comes in.
Yeah, with bears they just swing their paws and just bite and scratch, right? Bite and slash.
But assuming Godzilla is also going to make use of his tail.
Yeah, see, the Komodo dragon's trying to be all fancy and martial arts about it. The bear's just like, fuck you.
The bears are the Americans and they're the Japanese.
Bill.
Bears like, oh, fuck you, get out of my territory. The Japanese are like, yes, you are very worthy.
Bill, do you know that martial arts noise you just made for the Komodo dragon? It fits so perfectly with this image.
Oh. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
That Komodo dragon is either yelling his battle cry or he's about to suck dick. He's doing the best cry ever.
So yeah, that's the latest news on Godzilla 14.
You ever notice how snake-like Komodo dragons look in the face?
Yeah.
They do. Their ears are tucked in and...
They have ears?
All that jazz.
Like actual ears or just ear holes?
Well, they've got ear holes.
I was about to say...
So, and then that's what
well, when you say
meant.
ears, I think of fucking ears. Like on Godzilla, I'm like, I've never seen Komodo dragons with fucking ears.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Andres, throw one more at us.
Okay,
buddy.
the last story I have here is that there is an actual documentary that recently got funded, and this documentary is about the untold story of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four.
Oh my!
Oh, yes.
Oh my God! This is horrifying.
Oh God! I need to see this.
I'll send you the trailer right. Well, I'll send you the link, which has a link to a trailer on YouTube.
Bill, I don't know why this popped up when I looked up Komodo dragons, but I found a picture of 3 polar bears, and I don't know what they're eating, but they are covered in blood.
Oh my God!
It's terrifying.
Oh my God. Are they eating a Komodo
No.
dragon?
How would a Komodo dragon get to the Arctic? I don't know what they're eating, but they're drenched in blood. And
the fact that their fur is white makes the blood stick out all the more.
Oh yeah, this one, it's all over his face, like fucking war paint. The other one, it's all over his upper back. I just put the link down there.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's public domain.
Oh my God.
And yes, that was the first thought I have. Don't judge me.
This is how Polaris
Wow. Oh, it looks like a seal that they're eating.
I mean, they look.
Andres knows that based on his...
They look like they just committed cold-blooded murder. And the one is looking at the camera yeah, don't fuck with us.
Ooh, blood snow cones.
I just...
This is how we make chair. Oh my God!
You know what I think of, Andres?
Yeah.
Blood orgy.
God damn it! They are covered in blood.
Especially the one in the middle. The one on the far.
See, the one in the middle looks like he feels bad about it. He's like, oh, this poor creature.
No, it looks like he's just leaned over to take a bite, because if you look at how much of him is covered in blood, it looks like he's been rolling around in it, reveling in his kill.
Oh, blood, sweet, merciful violence.
See, the one on the far left is very clean. It only has,
He's like, and he has this face. I'm like, I am better than this.
It looks like he does have a little bit of blood smeared on his face. And like I said, the one looks like he's been rolling around a bit. But the one on the far right, man.
Oh my God.
His face is covered in it, and he's got this look on. Like I said, it's like, yeah, don't fuck with us. We will fucking kill you.
Fuck the humans who are melting our ice. We will hunt you down.
The ice will run red with the blood of your descendants.
You see what you get.
I will find you.
I will find him.
You see what you get when you mess with the orphans?
I mean, this polar bears, they are now, I consider them to be the serial killers of the wild.
No, they look like the warriors of the wild. It's like, we will kill your children, eat your babies.
Dylan, now you have to now you have to add blood to Polaris's design.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another version of Polaris, and he's gonna be covered in blood because he just ate Maguma. And
no, have him feeding on like an orca.
I'm not gonna redraw him from the ground up. I'm just gonna take the other image and add blood to it.
Oh, God damn it! In Polaris's issue, I want to open on him eating an orca. That'll foreshadow Orkinus.
Oh, is that what we decided to call it?
No, actually, it's not. I think the one we what was the one we saw? Was it a Raku?
No, I don't know what we said, but I think I like Orkinus better. Orkinus
then is the name. That'll foreshadow Orkinus, who is a orca kaiju.
Now that we have a definite name for him, I should unveil Orkinus to DeviantArt.
You should definitely.
And that's the one where you drew 2 images of, right?
Yeah, I actually did draw 2. I drew one of him walking, or not really walking, just standing. But the idea is that if he was animated, obviously he would be walking. And one of him sort of swimming through the deep.
Indeed. Now you just need to draw the obese.
And then that.
And Orca
the cycle will be complete. We don't have any other kaiju that I haven't drawn, have we? Like
a full body depiction of Kong Jaguar.
That's a compilation.
Robo Musla.
Oh yeah, Robo Musla. Are we gonna call it?
And Orca
Are we calling it Robo Musla? We don't want to call it Mecha Musla.
Yeah, Robo Musla.
Robo Musla or Cyber Musla or.
I like Cyber Musla, but then it's
Cyber Musla.
Yeah, because it worked for Cyberzilla.
Sure, I'll buy it.
I'd buy that.
I'd buy that
$1.
for $1.
I was just about to make that joke.
Oh yeah, RoboCop coming in like a couple of weeks, right?
You know my favorite time to make the I'd buy that for $1 joke?
What?
Bill, I said, when my favorite time is to make the I'd buy that for $1 joke? Car shopping.
I'd buy that for $1.
Just roll up on a fucking brand new Mustang. I'd buy that for $1.
Chick flashes you from her car. I'd buy that for $1. Every time somebody offers Dylan something, he's just like, I'd buy that for $1. Honey, this is your son.
Okay, Andres, rock us with the shit.
Rock us with the shit.
Let's.
You gotta say it like that. Rock us with the shit. Rock us with the shit.
So, like I mentioned before, there's a new documentary being made about Roger Corman's unreleased Fantastic Four movie, and let's see.
I love this movie so much. It's so bad.
In an effort to hold on to the screen, let's see.
I can't wait until they make this documentary and then bring it to Netflix where I can watch it for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It sucked because the movie was only made for that particular reason. Hey, we need to hang on to these rights, so make a movie that'll never get released.
Right.
And everybody involved with the movie thought it was going to get released.
I'm curious because I knew this existed, but I've never looked into it. Did they just do the thing like they did the Ninja Turtles in those movies? Was he just a suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
It didn't look terrible, but everything else.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. He actually looks pretty good. He looks very comic book thing.
His face kind of is pretty scary.
It is,
especially when he starts talking. It's like, oh God.
That's what reminded me of TMNT. I mean, obviously it's a suit. I mean, that's what they did in the other movies, was a suit.
Right.
But the CG, especially for the Human Torch, is just awful.
Oh God, the Human Torch looks horrible, and he's only in one scene using his powers to their full extent. Otherwise, he's just shooting fireballs.
And
Mr. Fantastic, there are points where he looks really bad, and there are points where he looks decent.
And it's really, the fact that, like, no one, like, at the time that they were filming it, no one knew that they were making a movie that wasn't going to get released anyways. I mean, that's just... Yeah, and
the invisibility effects are okay, and...
So it was like really early, like, bad CG?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I guess it would have to, because how would you do Mr. Fantastic, like, practically? It would look like John Carpenter's The Thing. Nobody wants that.
They did it practically in some cases, though, and it looked
like
horrible.
Just like a glove on a stick.
Probably. It's a weird little thing. It's absolutely bizarre.
Did they put Dr. Doom in it?
Mention of pederasty in it.
And you can't hear his voice because he's...
Oh, God, Dr. Doom is awesome. Oh, he's great. He's so over the top. He doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I kind of wish this was made so that we would have it to look back on.
No, the movie is... You can see it
okay,
on
that's good. And then I can look at it and be like, at least Rise of the Silver Surfer wasn't this.
But it's kind of funny how, like...
I have 2 copies of it on DVD.
You have 2 copies of it?
Yeah. One of them I stole from a friend, and one of them I got from
why didn't you
myself.
give the other one back to your friend?
Because I'm
You're a terrible human being.
It's true. Just like spiders.
I have an old VHS of Baby's Day Out that I stole from my cousin.
Oh yeah, Baby's Day Out. What's that?
Oh, isn't that the one where it's a baby that's like crawling into like extremely dangerous situations like that Looney Tunes cartoon, and there's a gorilla in there.
Bill, this fucking baby. I used to love this movie as a kid. I didn't really steal it from my cousin. She loaned it to us, and then we forgot to give it back.
We never saw her again.
We never saw her again. That was before she.
My parents sometimes mention how she's in the backyard. I don't know what that means. I will
that
find
was
out
before
one day.
She took her journey into the Bermuda Triangle. No, Bill. Here's the basic premise. Baby, people try to kidnap a baby. People lose baby. Baby is lost in New York City. Baby gets into crazy situations.
How old is said baby?
He's a baby. He's like... How old? He's like a year old, Bill. He's a little baby. He's
And this is supposed to be like a comedy?
Yeah, it is.
It's supposed to be a comedy, but you're just... I know.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't work in live action as opposed to a cartoon.
Oh, I have a little... I have a newfound respect for this because I have a little cousin who's, a kid. And, oh, God, I would die.
You know the kind of humor in, like, the Roger Rabbit cartoons, like the kind of stuff that would happen to Baby Herman, and then Roger would get hurt trying to, like, get him? That's the basic idea of the movie, because the whole time the baby is, like... Yeah, it's live action. Right? The baby is in...
The baby is in
these dangerous situations, but he gets out scot-free, and all of the slapstick humor comes from the kidnapper who's trying to catch him again, just, like, getting beat the hell up.
God.
And there's one scene where the baby's in a zoo with a gorilla, and the gorilla became very protective of the baby.
Yeah, that's what happens in real life.
And then the gorilla attacked the babysitter when he tried to retrieve said baby.
The babysitter died?
No, he went to jail at the end.
You know...
Oh, why?
And now the same actor is fucking Rossi on Criminal Minds.
Yeah,
it's that
really?
guy. He's the kidnapper.
Oh my God! Wait, was that the guy who was in No, that's
See, the whole reason he kidnapped this baby, it was a ransom thing. The baby's parents are rich.
Do you know that Red Letter Media did a review for that movie, and it's with the same character, Mr. Plinkett, who reviewed the Star Wars prequels?
Oh, really? I have not seen this movie in fucking years, man.
Oh, dude, if you want to revisit it, just check out their review.
I mean...
Yeah, I'm sure he
I have so many plans to revisit Baby's Day Out. That's the movie that I'm going to remember forever. Why watch that baby when I can watch Look Who's Talking? That baby talks.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing.
And that baby has the voice of Bruce Willis. What now, other baby?
Oh, shit! And has 2 horrible sequels.
Terrible sequels. Oh, my God.
Oh,
the first movie is so good.
It's really funny, yeah. And the second one is like, sister!
But the second one is miles ahead of the dogs?
Oh,
the dogs. Really? Really, the dogs? Oh, the dogs.
Oh, the
Why
dogs? Why the dogs? What the fuck
Who let
with
those
the
dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Who?
Well, when we start singing that shit, I think it's time that we started to wrap this up.
Andres, did you ever get to that last news story? Oh, yeah,
but we kept getting sidetracked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, all right, wrap up with that news story.
Just that there's a new documentary that'll finally give us has interviews with a lot of the people behind that movie, the Fantastic Four movie, and that it'll finally give us a glimpse into what these people think, how these people reflect on the movie so many years later.
Oh, please tell me
if it's done in the way that they did Best Worst Movie, it's going to be amazing. Or Blackfish, the story of how Roger Corman treated the people on set. At night,
he locked us in a cage called the Hub.
At night, we were locked in this big tank, and sometimes we would rake each other. And you're like...
with our teeth.
I just sent you the link to the trailer to the documentary. And I love how in the trailer they mentioned that, of all the movies that Roger Corman has ever made, because this guy has made a ton of films. He's Mr. 10 movies a year man. But the one movie he made that never got released was Fantastic Four. So that tells you something.
That tells you something about the quality of that motion picture. We should do a commentary on it for SOS and DFLS.
Totally.
Or our possible spin-off, huh?
Oh, yeah!
Huh?
By the way, just uploaded the Demons from Outer Space episode 10. It's up now if you want to check it out.
Our first full-on commentary.
Yes, and also...
Indeed, so go ahead and check that out. The episode is called The Lost Commentary.
And I don't know why I don't know. It's not lost anymore. I don't know why we're announcing this now, saying so this video will be up significantly later. But this is the first episode ever to have a guest.
Oh, there's a guest on.
Really?
I wonder
who is that guest?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's some guy. He doesn't really do anything.
Did you tell Adam and David that you were the first guest ever on DFOS?
Yeah.
And now you just fucking...
Yes, I did.
Okay. I was hoping not, because...
What was their response? Was it angry jealousy?
I think so, from Adam.
I'm so happy. No, that's fucked up.
You guys noticed something?
What?
Gorzard never showed up.
Oh no, he said he.
Yeah,
he did. He said he could. He said that he couldn't make it.
Oh, I don't.
Oh yeah, he texted me and told me he was
I
going to
missed
make
that part. Maybe that was when I was BRB. I just remember.
Maybe, yeah, he texted me and said that.
Okay, I just remember you saying he was going to make it. He would just be late, and then he never showed up, and I was thinking, that rat bastard.
That fucking lying sack of... Anyway.
That lying sack of anyway.
Guys, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Sons of Serizawa Podcast. Last minute plugs. I got a couple things coming up, actually. One of them being a review of Godzilla, Rulers of the Earth, Volume 1. That should be going up tomorrow or next day. We'll see. Depending on when I get.
Did you ever make any reviews to the previous ongoing Godzilla series?
He did.
I reviewed the first issue. I would, but I don't have all of it.
I'm missing the last 3 issues of that series.
See, the problem is I have the beginning and I have the end. I'm missing a couple issues in the middle.
All right.
And I don't feel like, and because I'm missing only a couple, I don't feel like shelling out the money to get the trade that fills in the gaps.
Same here.
And this is why I always wait for the trade.
and
I'm doing that now because I got so frustrated with that.
Same here.
To avoid this kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm waiting with Rulers of the Earth.
This has been a rule for a long time, ever since I was a kid, and I would get, like, you know what I have? You know, after Superman died, the whole thing with, like, the mechanical Superman and then, like, the real Superman got I have
Superman,
the last issue of that where they defeat the robot Superman, and I have nothing else.
I have all of that.
So for the longest time, I would read that completely out of context.
I had the run on Spider-Man that Todd McFarlane drew, in which Venom was coming back from the dead.
Good stuff.
And I didn't know who Venom was.
This was before you knew who Venom was.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was a very, very little kid.
I also.
And this is like right before I started watching the cartoon and everything, so I didn't know who Venom was.
I also had
really weird. And that's a really dark story where like Venom's eating people and shit. So
I also had the first issue of Maximum Carnage, and I didn't have any of.
I have that too. The open
and I didn't
side,
have anything else from it. And I was like,
Maximum. I'm thinking of picking up Maximum Carnage and trade it at some point.
Because that first that first issue is damn good.
It is.
Speaking of 90s comics, a while ago, like probably a couple months ago, I started getting into this comic book series from Image Comics called The Max. I think I may have made a post here or there about the series and the
otherwise known as Homeless Caveman.
Yes, Homeless Caveman with crazy, what would you call it? Crazy dental wear.
Well, when you describe it like that, why wouldn't we want to read it?
And I actually was able I went to a couple of comic book stores. I was able to get the first 6 issues of that series.
Oh, wow. How are they?
Oh, it's pretty much exactly like the animated series, like word for word, scene for scene, and it's just as good. I loved the animated series, and I love the comic just as much.
I see.
Cool.
It was, yeah. I was glad. I found out that the Max was getting reprinted by IDW, and I did find a couple of issues of the IDW reissues. But I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna get the Max, I'd want to get the original 90s issues.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for going on this tangent.
No, that's cool. It's totally cool.
I'm gonna track those down.
We're coming in short this week anyway, so I don't mind. One other thing I want to mention for Adam, since he's not here from earlier, he recently had to make a new YouTube channel for not his main videos, but for his films he's uploading. So I don't have a link, but if you want to, definitely subscribe to his new channel,
which is also just called Adam Noyce, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I would just say. Go look up Adam Noyce, but you're gonna find the other one.
The difference is that it's a different profile picture. Like this one is an actual picture of him, whereas the other one is like his company logo. So.
Yeah, so do yourself a favor and just go on Facebook on Toho Nation, and you'll find the link there. So I would recommend doing it that way. Excuse me. Whoa. That's partially why we're ending early tonight, because I'm fucking tired. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead and subscribe to his new channel for all his film work. Go on Toho Nation on Facebook to get the link to that. Or just, if you're friends with Adam, you probably already have seen it. So go ahead and do that.
We're ending early because Bill's going to pull an Andres.
No, not at all. It's just that we kind of fell out on content tonight, which I didn't plan. So I don't want to have this episode run any longer.
Can I also advertise something?
Okay. Absolutely, yeah. Let me just wrap up with Adam's thing. So go ahead and subscribe to that for all his film work. And again, like the Sons of Serizawa Network on Facebook. So go ahead, Andres.
Okay, I recently posted a whole bunch of reviews for Saving Mr. Banks, Hobbit 2, and Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. I really and Anchorman 2 as well. I really liked what my friend and I did for the Paranormal Activity review. I definitely recommend you check it out. Also, we made a best and worst of 2013. So check that out.
Nice. Check that shit out. Go subscribe to Kaiju Noir's channel for those videos. Dylan, anything you want to push? Like your drugs?
Yes, everyone buy my heroin. I guarantee you it is better than the heroin you will get down the street. It's down the digital street. It's good stuff. I have something called, a guerrilla invasion. Just
He's also got one called the Demons from Outer Space.
The Demons from Outer Space.
It'll make you feel like you're in space.
This one I'm using. Right now is called Mind Rape. It's actually pretty mellow.
He's working on a Son of Serizawa strain. What was it called? A strain?
A strain. No, but in all seriousness, hopefully there'll be another episode of Kaiju Spotlight this month. At least one more, and yeah, that's probably about it.
Anything going on the DeviantArt side of things?
Nothing specifically.
What about these kaiju you're promising us?
Oh yeah, at some point I'm gonna draw fucking the Beast.
Also, again, if anybody out there does webcomics, let us know. We're looking for a webcomic artist. For realsies.
For realsies. Go look at my look at my DeviantArt page. Look at those kaiju and ask yourself, could I draw those week to week in a comic series? Not week to week.
Any questions? No, not going to be week to week. Very irregular schedule.
Very irregular schedule. You will not be paid.
No, definitely not. Don't be expecting pay.
Unless you'd like,
I think we just turned off like 90% of all those listening.
You won't be paid unless you would like a discount on the heroin. I can hook you up with that.
Heroin. I could do a video for you.
I mean, do you want a bear flown to your state? Because apparently I know a guy.
He doesn't even get the bear in his house. Just another bear is added to the state population.
Would you draw our comic? We'll let you get in the ring with a bear, and you'll probably die. You'll probably die.
You'll get 3 minutes in the ring.
You'll die, and then we won't have an artist anymore anyway.
So it'll be.
But we'll see how much of a pussy you are when you die.
We'll judge you on the pussy scale. We have the jizz scale, and now we have the pussy scale.
Yeah.
Indeed. Anyway, so I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Sons of Serizawa Podcast. I'm Bill Worster, a.k.a. Zazubaar.
Oh, wait, I'm next now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Because people are missing. Okay, yeah. Oh, all right.
Especially you're expecting like the internet ghost of Adam to show up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Adam Noyce.
Yeah, he was Adam Noyce, and I am Super PM64.
And I am Andres Perez, a.k.a. Kaiju Noir.
And until next time, science is most sound.
Bow.